colors of summer are here, and Woodward Sports is all over the Motor City with the White Claw Tigers Tour. Come party with Woodward Sports, watch the Tigers, and sip on some White Claw all summer long. The best bars, big giveaways, live events, and a party that only Woodward Sports can throw. Ain't no party like a Woodward Sports party. Join us from 5 to 7 with the heavyweights at Second Best Bar in Detroit for the White Claw Tigers Tour, brought to you by White Claw, Easttown, and Ven Johnson.
Hey everybody, welcome in. It is Woodward Sports in the afternoon. Tom Mazaway sitting alongside Anson Wells. We got Ricky Burns, Pete Spivak in the house as well. We'll see who pops in the massage chair a little bit later today. We got plenty of guys in the building. Back. Hopefully Easy will come on back and get himself a massage. Anson?
No frickin' stick today?
Stick's off on Thursday.
Yes,
he is. That's a family day. Family day for Stick. I'm sure he had to finish up quarterback last night. I did get through 2 of the episodes last night. Quarterback on Netflix. Woo. And he's right. I got to start fast forwarding just to get to the Jared Goff parts, because the other parts I really don't give a damn about.
My pirate ship broke down last night.
What's that?
My pirate site that I used to watch shows.
Oh, it broke down.
And yeah, I've got like 3, but the
this.
one that had quarterback wasn't working. Shout out Freddie Felt, kicking it off today. He wants the Maz autograph. And in fact, we have this Hockey Town puck courtesy of Mr. Freddie Felt right here. I told you guys I was going to make it big today. I brought a Rip Hamilton piggy bank for you guys. And then I brought a bunch of...
He looks like Joe Dumars.
Well, I don't see it, but the cornrows throwing me off.
Chubby. Remember how Joe was chubby?
As a GM.
At the end of his career.
Joe.
And the teal.
Because he was banking from 3, baby.
He was.
We also got a Fred Brown auto. This comes out of Prism. This is it's an insert, a tough card to pull. Anytime you get an auto out of Prism, you're a happy guy.
You mean autographed?
What's that?
Autographed?
It is autographed by Fred.
You say auto, not the people
auto.
that don't know.
Autograph signature.
Yeah,
then we've got the Colt Keith rookie card here. Very cool looking card. Let's see if we can limit that glare there. And then newest Piston, Duncan Robinson. Possible newest Piston, Nikola Vukovic. Spartan legend Sean Respert rookie card. And then we got a Max Clark card, former Piston Evan Fournier card, Kyle Lowry insert variation, and then the legend John Wall, if you consider him a legend. But today it is a very, very excellent prize package. And if Freddie Felt gets the win, he wants you to sign that puck, man.
How about I get Mac to sign it instead?
Well, how about both of you sign it?
That's fine. I don't know why he would want mine, but that's fine.
So smash that like button early, guys. Let's get to 100 early, and let's see those super chats. You guys did really great yesterday, so I do have some good news. I don't believe this will be the last week for prize packages.
Good for you. Good for everybody.
It is good for everybody.
Always good to have you around, my friend.
Likewise. Igualmente, hermano.
Hey.
Hey,
that sounds beautiful.
It means likewise.
Yes. America.
Brother.
Hey, Dr. Pierce will join us a little later. Let's see, which way do I got to go?
Secret sauce.
Don't worry about it, Maz. We got you. Just do your thing.
All right, so Dr. Pierce will be in. We got him live in the massage chair. And besides that, we got lots of stuff to chat about, guys. You can hit us up as well on the Woodward Sports Chat on YouTube. We are going strong, as usual. Beautiful Thursday today, man. I got to go to the Tigers game last night.
Nice.
I got the fancy tickets upstairs in the Champions Club. Thanks to Drew Lane. Appreciate that. And had my wife with me. We had a great time. Bad game. They tried. They had the lead, 3-2, and they brought in Chase Lee, who could not get a guy out. He faced 6 batters. He gave up 5 runs. 6 batters, 5 runs, 18 pitches.
So bad.
They were teeing off on him. It was like,
bad.
What?
All right, it's softball practice time, and they were crushing him.
What happened?
Yep, and the Rays put up 4 in 1 inning, another run the next inning, and that was it. It was a game you kind of saw the Tigers tried to come back in it. They loaded the bases a couple of times late, could not get that hit, but A.J. Hinch was not going to use that many arms last night. He kind of said, all right, we got 5 in a row. It would have been nice to get the double sweep, but it did not happen. Tigers fall last night 7-3. Reese Olson did look pretty good. he was rusty at the beginning, but he only gave up 2 runs in 5 innings. And Skubal will get the ball tomorrow night as they start the last homestand before the All-Star break. The Seattle Mariners coming to town. They put Skubal in 1 day early. So Maz will go Saturday. Skubal will go tomorrow. And then Tuesday night in Atlanta, he's going to pitch. Will he be the starter at the All-Star game? I think he will be.
Nice.
Wander Franco went hitless last night, right?
Wander Franco is no longer with the club.
But he went hitless.
Yes, he went hitless.
I don't know if we should share that card I sent to you last night.
Oh, no, that's not a good card to put out there.
The Youth Invasion rookie insert of Wander
God.
Franco may be the most unfortunate card ever created.
Amen. What a career he threw away. Wow. What
He's not
a
going to
career.
jail, though. You heard that
Oh,
this
yeah.
last week.
That's what the best lawyers and all those millions.
That's what money does.
That's what money does
That is
for you.
what money does.
So last night we're at this game, and right after the top of the first inning, the announcer comes on, the PA guy, and he says, "Attention, ladies and gentlemen." I thought he was going to call the game off because it sounded very ominous. Then he said, "We have some news to share with you. Tigers infielder Zach McKinstry has been voted on to the All-Star team." Yes, he was an add-on.
What?
Jeremy Pena of the Astros could not play. Zach McKinstry gets the boost, and he came on out. It was a great round of applause, standing ovation. 5 Tigers now going to the All-Star
That's
game in
crazy.
Atlanta on Tuesday night. It's the most since 2013 when they had 6 Tigers. And can you read those names off? Those Tiger names? Who remembers those 6 Tigers from 2013? Pete, do you remember them?
The 2013 Tigers, you got Miguel Cabrera, baby.
Miguel Cabrera,
Fielder,
Prince
Johnny
Fielder.
Peralta, Max Scherzer, Justin Verlander, and Torrey Hunter.
How about that? So 6 went in 2013, 5 go now. The Tigers looking great. 1 bad game last night. We'll see what they can do with the Seattle Mariners coming to town tomorrow night.
Mr. Historian, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
How many MLB players in your memory made their first All-Star game at age 30 like Mr. McKinstry did?
Oh, wow. That's a great question. I don't know a number. I would say
Not a lot.
3.
Not a lot. I'm sure there's some older cats that got in there in their 30s, but to make it as a guy that was kind of a minor league journeyman, seen as a utility role type player, to be able to come in and have the impact that he has through 85 games and make a first All-Star game at age 30. And mind you, this isn't a fan vote thing. This isn't Julio Rodriguez getting a bunch of votes. This is a guy that earned it. 2+ WAR. I mean,
2
nobody
doubles
saw
last
this
night.
happening.
2 doubles last night as well. He is
8
10th in the American
triples.
League at WAR, which is
8
wins above replacement.
Triples.
I know.
Unbelievable.
Leads the American League. Might lead the whole thing in triples. So congrats to Zach McKinstry. I've been pushing for him for a couple of weeks. I'm happy for the guy. And the All-Star game is a great game. It's definitely the best game of all the leagues. The NBA All-Star game, it's not what it used to be.
Nah.
NHL All-Star game is trash. The Pro Bowl is gone.
It's kind of cool this last year with the whole nations.
You like that?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. That wasn't an All-Star game. That was a tournament.
I thought that
The
was
NHL,
the All-Star
that was
game.
not an All-Star game.
Well, they
That was
should
a
turn that
tournament.
into the All-Star game.
That was
then.
the 4 Nations tournament.
Yeah, they should-
And I
they
think
should
they're
use
doing a World Cup style coming up next season,
Nice.
which should be Russians, everybody.
Yeah, all
will be in it,
sports
because
should do
Russia
that.
was not in this last tournament, and that really will pick it up. So, but baseball
were
by
busy.
far.
They
is
were
the
busy
best.
elsewhere.
Yeah, baseball by far is the best sport for an All-Star
Yeah,
game.
I'm supposed
What
to
do
be
you
going
got
to
for
the.
Hey, I mean, we're still on baseball here. I mean, it's very exciting to me, this whole team getting rewarded, because what happened last year was such an aberration. We just didn't think – I didn't think that this team was going to come out of the gate the way that they have, and they've sustained it through more than a half season of baseball. And to be able to see this many guys come out, I love the fact that you brought up 2013, the last time that we were represented the way that we are. But this team is so damn young. I mean, there's a bunch of names that are probably going to make the All-Star team. If it's not next year, it'll be in the next 2 years. So Tigers fans should be very, very excited. We'll see how far they make it this fall. But this team's here to stay in the 2020s.
I'd say they're going to be around this year all the way. Let's put it up. Johnny Kane put this out the other day. Tigers have the best odds to make the playoffs. Can you see that? Over the Dodgers.
Let me zoom in, buddy.
But then they have the second best odds to win the World Series behind the Dodgers, who their payroll is exorbitant. So if you're betting in Vegas or you're betting on the Caesars app, the Dodgers are a heavy favorite. Tigers are a very good bargain at their number. I think they are plus, what are they? They are 99.8 to make the playoffs, 12% to make the World Series and win it. The Phillies behind them at 10.3. Then the rest of them are in the single digits. So if you're betting a man and you want a bargain, if you believe in this Tigers team, you're going to make some money on them.
So if this Tigers team ended up playing the Astros in the ALCS,
Woo!
how do you feel about that, considering what happened last year? Obviously, we've got their former manager who's very familiar with a lot of the guys on that roster. Is it a disadvantage or an advantage to play the Astros again a second straight year in the postseason?
I think it's an advantage. You beat them at home last year, 2 straight. Why can't you beat them again? And this time you'd hopefully have home field advantage, which would be really great. They don't have Alex Bregman like they had last year. That's another downside. But they do have the former Tiger, and why does his name always Isaac Paredes, who also made the All-Star team as well. There is 6 former Tigers making this All-Star team. They're on the NL and the AL. Robbie Ray's another name.
Yeah, there you go.
There's a few other guys that have made it that are former Tigers. So it's starting to show that this team is a real baseball team. And it's great.
It's a Tigers
I'll take on any comers in the American League to get to the World Series.
Pause.
Tigers game.
IT Hips with a John C. Riley singing happy birthday at the pitcher's mound of Comerica Park to Jack White wearing a Gus Zinski jersey was goated. Shout out IT Hips with the $10 super chat. You guys are crushing it already. But Freddie Felt, he's been here early and often. He just wants to make sure that Maz knows he is the cool uncle he never had. You are a legend.
Thanks, Freddie. Appreciate it, man.
You guys
I enjoy that moniker here at Woodward Sports, so bring it on, man.
Maz, I was going to ask you, are you looking forward to the Cal Riley show coming up this weekend? I mean, how is Tarek Skubal going? I mean, I'm looking forward to that matchup. That's probably one of my favorite matchups all year is him versus Cal.
Casey Mize hits him on Saturday, and let's keep him off the board. What's he have, 36 or 37 right now?
Yeah.
He is he is up there for MVP in the American League right now. And Skubal is as well. So is Aaron Judge. That's your top 3. Aaron Judge, Cal Raleigh, and Tarek Skubal. Top 3 in the American League voting right now. But Skubal in charge of the Cy Young voting. Look at that. He is there ahead of a couple of damn good pitchers. So we're hoping that Tarek can keep this going. He goes tomorrow night. That should be a fun game. Fireworks night at Comerica Park. I don't know how the weather's going to be. I think it's going to be pretty decent. Today would have been great to play some baseball, but he is rolling good, man. He is rolling good, and they also voted in their ball boy, their bat boy, Frankie Boyd. For the first time in the majors, you get to vote your bat boy or ball boy.
I love that. That's dope.
So that is my good buddy's either nephew or cousin.
Good buddy.
And we are working on having him on the show tomorrow.
Frankie Boyd.
Nice.
Good for
Frankie
him.
Boyd.
Good for the Tigers. More representation. And the home run derby coming up, of course, on Monday. A couple of other guys have joined the fray. We'll see how good home run derby comes. But they got to make it better. It really has gotten boring over the last bunch of years. There's got to be something else you could do with that home run derby. Plus, I think it ruins the guy's swings. I really do. I'm going to stick by that. And we'll see what happens in the second half of the year.
Maz, I want to back up a little bit. Could you imagine being a bat boy and being told you're going to be the bat boy at the All-Star game?
Right.
I mean, I got to be a ball boy for the Pistons 2 different times. Now, I wasn't one of the full year guys, but I just couldn't even imagine, hey, you've been selected, my friend, for the All-Star game. I mean,
here's the bets.
Did you ever get a chance to be a bat boy or a ball boy or anything like that?
No, none of that. But I have a friend of ours, Pete and I, Ethan Perlman, was one for 2 years, 2 seasons, and he told me some freaky stories about some of these players and what the do's and don'ts are. Like Max Scherzer, you weren't allowed to touch his shoes. He had his shoes his baseball cleats in a certain spot. They got a bunch of them.
Yeah.
And he came one time and he started screaming, "Hey, who the hell moved my shoes? Blah, 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 blah." So he has a thing about his baseball shoes. And there was a guy that used to be here, and I'm trying to bring his name back. I'm not even going to tell you the name. But this guy, before each game, would stand in front of the mirror, full-length mirror, and grease himself up
Birthday suit?
in the nude.
Okay.
Solid.
Grease himself
Yeah.
up,
Okay.
and then lock and load with the uniform and go out. I know who it is. I'm not going to tell you who it is.
Why did he need,
I do that
why
every
did
day
he
of my
need
life.
the grease, Maz?
You do that, right, Randy?
I do that every day of my life.
Okay, but he's doing it in front of the whole thing.
If my daughters are home, probably.
Never
probably,
ashy Ricky.
Yeah, exactly. You start with the coconut oil, and then I have a coconut oil lotion that I put on top.
Is it
Too
just a
much
white or a
information.
black player?
He's white.
Okay, so
Good
now
for
we
him.
have a mystery on our hands, Rick.
That's why they call it greasing up.
I'll be damned.
Not lotioning up,
normal
not
for black
moisturizing, greasing up.
Yeah, that's
Was he
normal
a
for black people.
pitcher? Did he need the
I thought you were
grease?
about to
I'm
tell
not
me
going
something
there.
wild.
Is it like a Harris don't start a holy war? You know, like rub a little snot on the fingers?
I don't think
or
he
what?
had any hair. I don't think he had any hair on his
Wait,
body.
he moisturized before his game? That sounds completely normal to
I
me.
think he was a hairless. I think he was body hairless. This guy. He was an infielder.
Oh, that's funny.
Alopecia?
I wish Bradley was here. God, I hope he's watching that.
This seems like something Brandon Inge would do.
Dude.
Minje.
It's
That
not
is
Brandon.
funny.
Inge.
Butt naked.
It's not Brandon.
Grab some baby
Michael
oil.
DeVries, not if, but when I win the wheel today.
Wow.
Pete can pick the winner.
Wow.
Michael DeVries.
I
You
don't
guys
know.
are crushing it today.
That's too much
Appreciate you
pressure,
guys.
man.
Make sure you smash that like button too.
Hey, you know, I was a ball boy one time.
What
Spring
game?
training.
Okay.
Spring training Expos Braves.
Wow,
Old
where was
West
that at?
Palm Beach. This is in 1983.
Palm Beach?
West Palm Beach.
West Palm, nice.
1983. Gary Carter got ticked off as hell at me because I'm, a freaking 8-year-old kid, right? And so I don't think it was Dawson, but I forgot who was rounding third, and they were told to hold up. And I said, go, score. And Carter, smacked me on the back of my helmet and said, shut up, kid. You're no coach.
That's great.
Did he score?
No, he had the hold up sign, but I'm like a little kid. I'm like, go. I'm like, and Carter smacked me on the back of my helmet.
I could just
dude.
see the post game. Well, the kid was waving me around. He waved me home, man.
You're the one who called the timeout for the
Right,
for,
exactly.
Weber too, huh?
He was also on the sideline of the UNC Michigan game.
There was a guy in that huddle in the back.
There's more than one, I think.
They all were doing this to him. I mean,
They certainly
First
were.
of all, he traveled.
Yeah, twice it seemed like.
Second of all, he choked. He's a young man. He choked, and I remember that was the first game I watched when I got to Michigan. It was '93. I got my house in Detroit, sitting there on the Easy Boy, and had that on. So that was the first big event because I moved here in March of '93, and that was on. It was something. They should not have lost that game.
Hey, he did not choke at Detroit Country Day. He won a state championship there.
And
but
he's in the Hall of Fame.
never again at another level.
He's in the Basketball Hall of Fame, though.
Shout out Jason Weber, too. A very, very good man.
Who's that? His father?
It's his little brother who looked out for me when I was an 8th grader visiting Detroit Country Day, and my experience was so not awesome that I did not go there. But Jason Weber saw the day I was having, pulled me aside. I think he was a junior or senior at that time, and took me around with him the whole rest of the day. Shout out Jason Weber.
So
I think
we
he
just
was
saw-
a chip as well.
So we're just talking about ball boy, bat boy, if you were that. If you had a sport to pick, you see what they do. NBA, you got the kids that are wiping the floor with the
Right.
Yeah,
mopping
I'm
the
good.
floor. You got the towel guys behind the bench. Football, you got the kids running the water up to the
The
players.
squirters.
Yeah, the squirters squirting them. I heard they get a lot of money, by the way.
I bet.
I heard those guys-
How much do you think a
Zero
squirter?
pause after that one, too.
How much do you think a squirter gets paid, man?
Take a guess. Take a guess how much I thought.
75, 80 grand a year?
Yeah, for the season.
Boy.
It depends
Ain't
on
that
their
something?
distance.
I'm going to have to get me a job as one of the
Yeah,
NFL
I read that.
squirters. Squirters?
Then you got baseball. You got the bat boy, the ball boy. Hockey. Well, hockey don't really have big. They don't have
have
helpers
puck
because
boys?
they got the guys. They got the trainer on the bench. They got the
Zamboni
equipment
man.
guy. Yeah, I guess
They
you
gotta have an
Zamboni.
all-star Zamboni
yeah.
guy,
So
right?
So if you had to
that'd be
pick-
sweet.
So if you had to pick one of those sports to be a kid at, to do the job, what would you do?
What was it,
Anson?
Tom? MLB, NBA, and what else?
You really,
NFL, just the big
NFL.
four.
Gotcha. Yep.
spoiler alert.
See the Bull Cougar?
Basketball. I mean, the fact that I've done it already a couple times, maybe I would choose something else. But sitting right underneath that hoop, which I don't think they really do anymore. I don't know where they put the ball boys anymore. But remember the ball boys in the 80s, 90s? It sat right on the basket.
They might be
support.
behind the stanchion. They might be behind the basket. That's because they're all clubs now behind the baskets.
Yeah,
that's
true.
right.
They're all
as
discos.
we know here for the Tigers. But no, I mean, being
hilarious.
such
You're
a
right.
hoops junkie as a kid and getting access to Mark Aguirre and Kevin McHale, I got to play one-on-one with Spud Webb for like five minutes during shoot-around before the game.
That's dope.
Honestly, like when you love those players as a kid and you get access to them, that's just that's invaluable. It's nothing I would ever give up, nothing I'd trade.
How about you, Ricky? If you had your choice.
I'm a Lions fan, so the squirter is tempting.
The squirter?
Yeah, it's
You
very
could be the
tempting.
ball deflator, too. Remember Tom Brady?
Yeah.
Tom Brady had his own ball deflator.
He wants to be on the field during timeouts, though. He wants to actually be on the play field.
Yeah, so before we moved to Farm to Hills, we lived in Pontiac. So I got to see a practice at the Silver Dome. So we were out there being that close to it. So I did love that. But I think I would have to take Bat Boy, or who's the kid that's out taking the foul balls? I like to be that kid.
Oh, sitting on the third baseline in the seat?
No, first baseline. I don't want third baseline.
Okay.
First baseline.
A little less action.
Yeah, I don't want the hot corner. As an 8-year-old.
That's tough out there, man.
Yeah, I don't want to be out there. That's crazy.
How about you, Pete?
Ball boy, my friend. I'll do it again. I'll get smacked in the back of the head
Pete
by Gary
likes the
Carter one more
balls.
time. Ball boy was so much fun, Tom. But that was a gift from my late father. He won that at an auction. So God bless Dad in heaven.
I'll tell you, baseball sounds like a great gig because every time I go to a game, or when I'm watching it on television, there's no more beautiful sight than a baseball field.
Yeah,
to me,
100%.
There's nothing, not a golf course, nothing.
Yeah.
A baseball field. I even told my daughters last night, look at that field. Look at those guys. They're sitting there working, doing their stretches and them. Look at that field. I can't get enough of.
How are you not a grass cut guy? If you enjoy
I'm
the
not
field
even,
that much?
and I hate cutting grass.
Really?
I hate grass because I hate my grass at my house because it's not even like that. It's always got the divots. And
We can work on that, Maz.
first of all, I can't afford anything anymore. I'm done. I'm broke.
That's true.
But when I go to a baseball game, I just look around, constantly looking around how beautiful it is.
Yeah.
But to be a guy sitting on those sides, third base, first base, you got to be ready to go, man, because you are on deck.
Yeah.
That thing is coming 100 and something miles an hour at you. And so I'm going to pick football.
Yeah.
I'm going to be the squirter as well.
There you go.
I'm going to be the squirter, the deflator,
Flip that.
whatever it takes. That's what I'm going to do. I think that's the safer gig, unless they're, of course, getting tackled on the sidelines and you get yourself in an accident, in a heap.
You'll be all right.
Yeah. I've seen guys get their legs broke, guys that are holding up the sticks, the first down sticks and stuff.
Yeah.
There's been accidents.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of
Oh, no.
accidents.
Yeah, my
Camera guys getting crushed.
I think my junior year, my coach was on the newspaper, but he falling as he got hit from a play, like headset falling off and everything. It was crazy. Shout out to Coach Harrington. He took it like a man.
Can I change my answer?
Yeah.
I want to drive the Zamboni.
I want to
Yeah,
drive a
Zamboni's dope.
Zamboni.
I want to drive the
Why
Zamboni.
did you drive the
I
Zamboni?
wanna
You get
drive
cold. You
the
shut the air conditioner off. You know how cold a hockey rink is?
I turn it off because it's loud.
No, you turn it off because you're freezing.
No, I get a little cold.
You can't
but
say
I
that
can
without
wear a
singing.
coat
Yeah, you
on
can
the
wear a Carhartt.
Zamboni.
Yeah, just put a
I
Carhartt
want to
on.
drive a Zamboni.
You want me to start wearing coats in here so I can leave the AC on?
No, you're
I
fine.
want to drive.
You're fine. It
a
is nice on once in a while.
Zamboni.
This controls the whole Lady Jane Studios, by the way, behind us. So when the girls come in here and put it on because they get super hot out there.
I know
The sun's
this.
beating in. They're standing on their feet.
Don't tell them it's me.
I don't know how they get hot. They got no.
I'm not
clothes
going to
on.
rat.
Let me
I'm not going to
shut
rat,
up.
but
Let me
you.
shut up.
I might rat
Shut
you
up,
out.
Rick.
I know you
Right.
You
might.
just did.
I might. Because you did it. You went over there and
You
shot it.
actually just ratted me out on like permanent record here.
I did. Because they watch us out
It's
there.
on
They
my
got-
permanent record.
They got us on the TVs
Do you
out
remember
there.
how like scary permanent record was as a kid?
No.
Does that?
Yes.
I never really got in that
scared
Yeah, I
of
didn't
the
care.
living.
Okay, but the threat of
Nah.
the permanent record as a kid was scary as hell, right?
Nah,
If you were
I got
stealing and
bro,
stuff.
I got suspended all the time. I didn't care about no permanent record. I knew it wasn't real. I knew it wasn't real, bro.
yeah.
I've always been this way.
Well, my era, the permanent record was a scary thing. Thank you for doubling down on
Dude,
that,
are
Pete.
you
I appreciate
kidding me?
you.
I'm still probably they're still probably looking for me for many things.
Chat, let me hear it.
I got a-
Do
I
you
got a
do you
criminal
still
record.
consider having it added to your permanent record as a problem, or at least when you were a kid, were you worried about that?
Hey, Dante says, thanks, Dante, by the way. I picked baseball because you get to go to the games for free at every ballpark in America. The magic
correct.
word is free. Now, I don't know. You don't get to travel with the team, Dante. When Tigers are on the
Squirters
road,
do.
when the Tigers are on the road,
Yep.
that team gives you the ball boy.
That's
But
correct.
they have to put the Tiger uniform on. Did you know that?
Really? I didn't
Yes.
know that.
Yes.
That's interesting.
Yes, there's a clubhouse attendant for each team, but the home team
Right.
gives them that attendant.
Stadium employee.
Yes.
That's interesting.
And then players tip those guys, especially the ones
correct.
in the clubhouse and the ball boys. Some players are excellent tippers. Some are stiffers. So,
Stiffers and
Really?
tippers.
I've heard all the stories.
That's
I've heard who was the good
Tippers.
one, who was the bad one.
That's interesting.
Isn't that something? That's baseball for
I
you.
do need to say something to Dante 151.
That's going to be our
Yeah.
new show.
Braylon has been out most of this week, and you have some cards that need to be autographed. They will not go out until next week. I do apologize. Everything else is getting out this week unless you won a Braylon Edwards card that we still need to get signed. So just a little bit of patience and my apologies.
Right now, MLB leading in the chat, 42%, NBA 25, 24 now, NFL 33%. So baseball's leading. I don't blame you. You're outside in the gorgeous,
Yep.
gorgeous sunshine.
I love it.
Hey, we got to take a time out. First, I want to tell you about the chair I'm not sitting in.
The chair.
It's the Massage Chair House, folks. The Massage Chair House. Looking to upgrade your relaxation game? Well, you've come to the right place. Massage Chair House in Bloomfield Hills, Michigan, right up the street from us. Woodward and Long Lake Road, the largest massage chair showroom in the Midwest, featuring Dr. Eric Duncan, the wellness doc. He is the guy that put out the top YouTube massage chair review channel. Once you book a visit right now, go right above my head, book that thing, hit that QR code, get on down to Massage Chair House, sit in that chair for 20 minutes, because that's what they give you, 20-minute intervals. I guarantee you'll be hitting repeat again. Check it out. Massage Chair House, your ticket to ultimate recovery and relaxation.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
A network for the city, by the city. Woodward Sports is Detroit Sports.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
The most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network.
You know how some things are so good they should be world famous, but they're not? Our house-made vinaigrette is one of those things. And the antipasta salad, we drizzle it over. Same with our hand-battered chicken tenders. original recipe soups, and pasta sauces. It's almost as if our original, world-famous Detroit-style pizza is mocking them, and that's not very nice.
The boys of summer are ready to get back to the playoffs, and there's no better place to get your Tigers coverage than Woodward Sports. Join us all season long as we follow as our hometown Tigers claw and fight. This ball is gone! Boys are back in town. Feel the roar with Woodward Sports.
Hey guys, calling all Tiger fans. It is the White Claw Tigers Tour, the last run here, guys, at least for this season so far. You never know. Might do some more. Join Spencer and Easy for our final stop on the tour next Friday, July 11th at Second Best Bar in Detroit. Be part of the fun. See our reactions live as Woodward Sports Network can be the hottest team in baseball, your Detroit Tigers. It's the White Claw Tigers Tour, brought to you by White Claw and Van Johnson Law.
Gentlemen, let's be honest. We like simple stuff like ball boy Maz squirting players on the football field. We like uncomplicated, like Lady Jane's haircuts for men. Walk in, sign in, before you know it, you are handsome and clean. Lady Jane's, it's open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Welcome in Woodward Sports on a Thursday afternoon. It's Maz and Anson. They got Ricky and Pete in the house with us as well. I think Easy will pop in here in just a little bit. I love that guy.
Me too.
Hey, before we get off baseball for a while, again, Tigers will play tomorrow, the last homestand before the All-Star break. They are the best team in baseball record-wise and I think team-wise. The Dodgers, how about this, guys? The Dodgers, who spend well over $1 billion on salary, lost 6 in a row. They have been swept in 2 straight series for the first time since 2009, guys.
Love it.
2009. Hey, the Tigers have not been swept. They have not been swept. And these guys got swept 2 straight series.
Have the Tigers lost back-to-back series at all this year?
No.
Not once.
Nope.
That's
knock
amazing.
wood.
Kind of like the Lions not losing back-to-back for a couple of years either.
I think that's going to continue. I really do. I really do.
The confidence of this Tigers team is astronomical, and it almost feels like they're going to be able to overcome anything just with the confidence that they're playing with.
Absolutely. Their manager, he makes the right moves. Last night, he made the wrong move when he brought Chase Lee in, took Herder out. It was 2 outs, guys.
Yeah.
2 outs, a man on first. And he goes, he gets Herder out of there. He brings Chase Lee in. And like I told you, Chase Lee could not get anybody out. He could not get anybody out. Before we leave the Tigers, Jeff Passan of ESPN. Jeff Passan of ESPN, he brings up what each team needs to try to win a World Series. He says the Pirates and the Tigers should get together. No, not for you-know-who, not for Paul Skeens. No one's getting him, at least not us. He thinks the Tigers need the relief pitcher, David Bednar. David Bednar, who had a horrible year last year, comes in this year, closing some games again. He is a fireballer for Pittsburgh, and the Tigers need a back-end bullpen guy that can strike out guys. And right now, they're depending on Will Vest and the rest of that team. Will Vest struck out the side the other night, but he is not a strikeout guy. He's not an Aroldis Chapman type. So David Bednar is the guy that Jeff Passan thinks the Tigers should go after. I'm up for it.
Yeah,
whatever.
I'd have no problem with that. It just, like you said, it brings in another arm at the end of the rotation, at the end of a game that's different from the 2 guys that we're using right now. And, you know, Bednar did have a pretty disastrous year last year as being considered one of the top 8 closers coming into last season. But we've seen with closers, they go up and down, up and down. So, hey, the more arms that we can have in that salvo at the end of the season for the fall, I'm all in.
Hey, our social media expert's in the house. He's a Tiger expert. He's a season ticket holder, Justice Tawa.
With a Mexican Coke, too. The best.
Yeah.
The best. Show it off there for a second.
I mean,
man.
You can get that at Birmingham
glass
Roast.
bottle, baby.
Delish.
Real sugar.
Imported from Mexican Village, right? Down in
they
Detroit.
import it. And yes.
Anyway.
the cheapest in Birmingham, actually.
It is.
It's surprising.
What's your take on the Tigers and what they got to do to finish this thing off?
I'm in agreement with you guys. The bullpen arm is got to be the number 1 priority. You can't have enough pitching, especially when you're in comparison to the Dodgers. The Dodgers are a powerhouse when it comes to the hitting aspect of the game, but they are a little weaker when it comes to the pitching aspect.
Yep.
Will they add at the deadline? 100%. That's what they're known for. But at the end of the day, you have the capability to do the same and shore up your pitching staff to be guaranteed better than every team in the American League and the National League who you could face in the World Series. So that's why I think that a bullpen arm is a necessity, possibly two. And if we're putting on the wish list, I think that a right-handed bat would also be another great add to this roster to really complete it to being a World Series caliber roster.
No doubt, because I don't think they're going to go to the playoffs with Chase Lee, Dietrich Enns. I hope Dietrich Enns becomes a good bullpen guy. He might. But there's guys out there that they have to go after. And you know what? You got to give to get. So if you have to give up a prospect or two, I'm all in, man.
100%, because they're not going to come knocking and be able to get, the Clarks and the McGonicals of the world.
No.
Like, there's no one out there that, unless you're trading for a true bona fide, superstar.
Yeah.
So why not leverage some of these B and C level prospects to help you win in this window? Because how you have it set up, you have a 2-year window right now. And unless you make this extension work with Skubal, you have a 2-year window until you're going to fall to being an average team without Skubal.
I don't know about an average team because, you got Jackson Jobe coming off Tommy John, and in 2 years, he could be your Skubal because that's what they drafted him for. Casey Mize is starting to become that number one that they drafted him for. And there are guys out there that are going to want to come here now. I mean, I bet you Javi Baez has got a lot of friends out there. And the way the Tigers stuck by him through thin, not through through a lot of thin, and now they're rejoicing. I mean, he has shown what he could have done all those other years.
Yeah, Spencer brought up a great analogy, though, in the back just now, and he was talking about when we lose Skubal, like, we would essentially be what the Baltimore Orioles are right now, and I see that comparison right in front of me, and that's where I struggle to see the route of being a legitimate contender without Tarik Skubal. Yes, we have some nice pieces. We have some good players. We have players on the brink of becoming superstars or arguably being a superstar, and that's – but outside of Skubal, we don't have a dude, a guy. Like, Riley Green is developing into a guy, but there is no dude on this roster outside of Tarik Skubal.
Cole Keith is on his way.
I mean,
I was ready to give up on him. I'm telling you. I was ready to say, you know what, maybe we move Cole Keith. They got him locked up for a few years. They paid him before he came up to the big club. He's undervalued. He's going to be underpaid when you look at it in another year. They're going to look at him and say, wow, you got him for that amount of – this guy is going to be an absolute horse.
Yeah, he's a stud with the bat right now. I believe he has a 1.348 OPS in the month of July. He's absolutely ripping the cover off the baseball. When I was there 2 days ago, he hit the home run and 2 doubles. All 3 of those were over 100.
I don't realize how big he is, but I got really close. He's huge.
Yeah, he's a muscular man. He's got tree trunks for legs. I mean, he's a good-looking baseball player.
Yes.
There's no other way to put it.
That's the best description. What do you got, Anson?
I got some super chats I can't read. Shout out Chandler Miller. Go Green. We also have a Colt Keith rookie card here while we're talking about Colt Keith. Super chat's still kind of caught up on Mexican Coke, but I want to talk about something that you brought up that I've never thought of until you just said it. The Baez credit. Mm-hmm. The fact that this team stood by him. And
they really had no choice, but
sure, but they didn't play him in the second half of the season last year. He didn't get any time
they said, go
in
get
the
operated
playoffs.
On. They said, go get an operation.
This guy could have been sitting on the sideline again this year, and the fact that they didn't do that, I'm wondering, are teams looking at this? And you said that he has friends. I'm looking beyond just his friends. This has to be something that guys, that veterans are looking at and be like, hey, this team gets it. They've got a different culture there right now. I'm willing to take a chance on Detroit.
Now, the agents are probably looking at the Tigers and saying, Scott is a one-year guy, right? He gives one-year contracts out. Tommy Kahnle, 1 year. Gleyber Torres, 1 year. So why not come to Detroit for 1 year? See if you like it. Look what happened with Jared Goff. I'm catching up on quarterback. I told you we're going to talk about that in a minute. But this guy, Jared Goff, when he came here, he thought he was going to his death. And now him and his wife, Kristen, they couldn't be happier to be here.
Yankees fans thought the same thing with Gleyber Torres. And you see the rejuvenation that this Tigers ball club has been able to give to Gleyber Torres. And he's playing some of the best baseball of his entire career. So you got to just – Detroit is revitalizing as a city and will revitalize you as a player.
Knowing you, and I know you get around to everywhere, you have a jersey for everything. Were you ever a ball boy, an NBA towel boy, or mopper, or an NFL squirter with the Gatorade bottle? I could picture you as you were there for one of those things.
I used to do the ice with the shovels at the Plymouth it's now USA Hockey Arena,
Yeah.
but back when the Whalers
The
played
Whalers,
there,
yeah.
I played for CompuWare.
CompuWare.
Yep.
So yeah, I always used to do the ice. It was a blast.
Have you driven a Zamboni?
Yes, I have.
Yes!
I have been on the Zamboni at a Red Wings game as well.
You rode with Al Sabatka?
Who?
Al Sabatka was
It's
the
not much
guy.
hockey that goes over this kid's
Listen,
head.
he's only not been there for 2 years.
He's a legend.
The old Zamboni guy?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's who I wrote.
That's Al.
I wrote,
That's Al, baby.
That's what they named the octopus after. Al the octopus is named after Sabatka.
Please give me an alternate jersey with the octopus as the main logo.
Oh, you like that?
Oh, yes. I have been pining for it ever since I was a little kid. I would love to have an octopus. Like, you know how the NBA does the City jersey
Yeah.
and then
The City
and the
Connects.
MLB does the
Yeah.
City Connect? I think a really cool City Connect concept for the Red Wings would be the octopus jersey, and I have been pining for that for years.
Now, didn't Zamboni driver play in goal for a team?
Yes.
He did for Toronto.
And he
Toronto.
won.
And he won the game.
He was the emergency goaltender.
Yeah.
And Toronto lost both their goalies. He came in, and I think he won the damn
He
game.
did win. He did
Yeah.
win. He got mobbed at the end of
Yeah.
the game by the
I think he
whole
won
team. Pretty
Did
awesome
you know that,
story.
Ricky?
No.
The guy that runs the Zamboni in Toronto had to come in as an emergency goaltender.
Would you be shocked to know that I didn't know that?
No, I'm not shocked at all. Not shocked at
Dante
all.
151 wants to make a little trip back to baseball here. Can we appreciate Casey Mize
Hell yeah.
for a moment? This is a guy that was an afterthought coming into the season after being he's turned into a post-tight sleeper. This is a top prospect that didn't turn out to be the guy that we had hoped he was going to be. Showed some flashes, then got hurt, but he's been great this year.
Justin, what do you think of the 5 Tigers that made it? Are you happy with the 5 that made it to the All-Star game? Or is
Yeah.
there someone else that you wanted to get in there?
I am happy with all of them. I think that there were cases to be made about other players, but I think that 5 is an adequate amount. I think that you could have mixed and matched who, and I don't think it matters, to be honest. I think that
I thought Dylan Dingler had a shot.
I think that Dylan Dingler is the one that I would be most disappointed in, but at the same time, I understand it's a fan vote, and
Yeah.
no, he's a rookie.
I'm
Essentially.
shocked that many Tigers got votes, to be perfectly honest.
I think there's a fair case right there. And one thing I really do want to watch with the All-Star game is the fact that the Yankees manager is managing the AL in the World Series.
Right.
And Max Fried is also returning to Atlanta.
Oh.
And so I'm kind of worried that they're not going to give Skubal the nod as a starting pitcher
Good point.
because it's Fried's return to Atlanta and his home manager. So he's got the pull. If he were to ask, I feel like he would receive. So I'm worried for Tarek Skubal.
Well,
that
he crapped
will
the
not
bed
vote.
the last game, Fried, and we'll see if he does it again before
And
the game.
Skubal, on the other hand, has been
is killing it.
dominant over
Killing
his
it.
last 3
He's
starts.
gone 7 innings, went 9 innings prior to that. Let's face it, he was under 100 pitches both these last 2 games. In reality, they could have let him keep going.
He's got to start the All-Star
They could have let him keep going, but they're waiting for him. They're waiting for him, and I didn't have a chance. Go ahead.
Do you miss the winner getting home field advantage in the World Series?
Oh no,
I hated that.
no,
I hated
Oh,
that.
I do.
Stupid.
I liked it.
no.
For an All-Star game to decide that kind of stuff
Yeah.
after you put in a whole season's
Best
worth of
record
work.
should get
Season
it.
decided by one game.
Best record should get it.
I think it gives the All-Star game a little bit more juice.
Oh, it
I
certainly
like
gives
it
it
the
more
way it
juice.
is. It's got juice to me.
But it does have juice. I mean, they do a great job with the on-field stuff. I personally like the interviews. I think they're funny. I like when the pitcher and the catcher are both mic'd up talking to each other while the pitcher's doing his thing. I think that all of those things are great. They're very entertaining. The All-Star game is entertaining in general. But I liked it having the little bit more oomph. It just, like, at the end of the game, it feels like they're just trying to get everyone in. And in the past, it felt like we're playing to win. And That's the same thing with every team gets an all-star. I don't think that should be a thing either.
No, I do. That's been a thing since I've been a kid.
I don't either.
I always rooted for lousy teams growing up. So I wanted to see at least one of my guys in the All-Star game.
Yeah, but as a Tigers fan, during the brutal stretch of 16 to 20, we didn't need all-stars. Like, Miggy got his, you're a legend, you can be in the all-star game when you're retiring deal. Like, that's okay, that's great. But I think, like, Shane Green made an all-star game, like, at some random point. Like, what are we doing?
For real.
Like, I'm sorry. Like,
I
I don't need
agree.
to see Shane Green in the all-star game. I'd rather see someone who's better than him because I'm a fan of the game.
Yeah, me too.
While we're talking about
guys, though.
It's fair.
While we're talking about all-star games, what up, Doe, with Detroit Gunny brought up an amazing point. Imagine if the NBA had that rule, and the rule we're talking about is the winner gets home field advantage. Now, that's a game that we would love if they still played it the way they did in the 80s and 90s. Now it's just an offensive fest. Nobody's playing defense unless it's the 0-5-4 Pistons on the floor. I'm going to double down on that. Let's change the NBA All-Star Weekend. Let's put a $5 million pot for the dunk contest, and then the home court advantage goes to the winner of the All-Star game. Now, I feel like the West is going to win a lot.
Well, what if McGloin gets it? He's not on a team.
Who's McGloin?
Who's the guy that won the last couple?
McClung.
McClung.
Oh.
McClung. Thank you.
Well, listen, if Max McClung is in there for $5 million, guess who else is going to be in there? All the guys that he can't dunk better than.
Right.
Because they otherwise are taking that night off because there's no real reason to get in there. But if you're talking about a sponsorship paid $5 million grand prize, imagine they do that 10, 15 years ago. Kobe's in there. LeBron's in there.
Well, we don't need the money.
$5 million, though?
They don't need the money. They're billionaires. You'd get other guys that you really don't give a damn about that want to win the money. Guys that are, sitting number 10.
Well,
number
so
11 on the list.
whatever money it is that gets everyone involved.
We don't have that much, man.
I need to see that. I need to see
It's
that
just
glory
it's over for
return
the NBA,
to the dunk
bro.
contest.
They don't care about the league.
Yeah, they
care
just
about
don't
themselves.
care. That is the
true.
prima donna
Right.
league of all
They
the
don't
leagues,
care.
bro.
They don't care. They don't.
They all get more money outside of the league if they're good enough. So they don't care. They're not.
Hey, I'm going to switch over to hoops now. You're talking about basketball. The Pistons NBA Cup group came out. The NBA Cup, first of all, are you a fan of the NBA Cup? I mean, it's,
the fact that we had a shot at it.
Didn't the Lakers hang a banner last year? Didn't they win the NBA Cup last year and they hung a banner?
They won the NBA
like
Cup. I don't know if they hung a banner.
I think they hung a banner.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. I think they hung a banner.
I think it was Darvin Ham that won
Right.
it last year, and I believe he's won it 2 years in a row as coach. So I think it was Milwaukee that won it last year and LA the year before.
Well, you got the Sixers, the Pistons, the Nets, the Celtics, and the Magic in that group. And there's the draw results.
We can come out of that.
There's your teams.
We can come out of that group. It's going to be us and
Well, you
Orlando.
got the Celtics. How
The
about
Celtics without Jason Tatum,
Still.
without Kristaps Porzingis,
Still.
without Jalen Brown.
We should beat the Celtics.
Yeah, I mean,
definitely.
listen, I like Anthony Simons coming over there, but they've lost a lot of players. They're going to be figuring themselves out still when this tournament is had. So I think that the Pistons, the way that they showed out last year, which made it interesting to me for the first time, I think that they've got a real shot to come out of there. Orlando Magic is their best competition.
Put up those groups again, Pete. Look at the Knicks in the East. The Knicks in the East should easily come out of that. I think that's the easiest bracket to come out of. Am I wrong on that?
No,
Holy
not at all.
crap,
Right?
That's a cake.
That's a cakewalk.
It is.
That's the Knicks.
Actually, I don't know. I kind of like Milwaukee
Yeah.
with Miles Turner and Giannis. I mean,
But no Dame. They bought him out.
I
So
know,
it's
no
kind of like
Dame.
an equal trade. You get a little bit bigger, but you lose outside shooting and your point guard. And you can never
Who's their
count
point
out
now?
Spoelstra. The guy just knows how to coach
who's
in
their
big
point
games.
now?
I don't even know. It's a great question.
Did you see what Spoelstra's agent did for him, his lawyer? They held out on giving him his new contract until after his divorce was settled. Once he settled
Smart.
his divorce with his ex-wife,
Makes
they
sense.
gave him a brand new
A
contract
very Miami move.
that
They're
he gets
doing
to
him a
keep
favor.
all for himself. You know, Pat Riley pulled some strings for him on that one. I like Spoels. Spoels a hell of a coach.
Great
Hell of a
coach.
But we look for the Pistons to do well. Here's a guy that I always thought should be a Piston. And it's because all he does is wear Detroit stuff. And it's Devin Booker. he signs the most lucrative extension in NBA history. $145 million for 2 years to stay in Phoenix. I wrote you last night. First thing you say is, not a superstar. That's what you wrote.
That's what I wrote, and he's getting paid to be a superstar. Braylon and I have gone back and forth, and any given year, I would kind of cap that superstar number at 12. Maybe you can inflate it to 15 some years, maybe shrink it a little bit in thinner years, but there's guys that can put up really good numbers, and then they disappear in really big moments. And Booker has never done anything for me to be like, this guy's a superstar, pay him the supermax. I don't know what my boy Ish is doing over there in Phoenix. They got something for Kevin Durant in that trade. They got younger, so it makes sense to keep Booker and pair him up with Jalen Green and see what they have. My issue with this for Phoenix is if this doesn't work out after this year and they really want to blow things up, how the hell do you trade that contract?
Right. That's crazy. Oof.
He ain't coming to Detroit.
No. And I don't have a desire for him paid that way, and the amount of stuff that you'd have to give up, the first-round picks and the core players. No thanks.
Hey, side note, Justin, I saw that Western Michigan has officially opened up their new sports arena, sports building. How much did they spend on that thing?
A lot of money.
Yeah, but it looks fantastic.
It looks awesome. I'm actually
and the hockey team, the national champions, are going to have a nice place to play.
Perfect timing. In 2 years. It starts running for the team in 2027. This year they have their last year at Lawson, which is going to be very awesome because there's so much history in that building. It is an old barn.
Are they going to knock it down?
I don't know what they haven't really shared the plans.
They should knock it down.
They might have like community stuff there and their youth. They have like youth Broncos program. I believe that they would probably use it for that as well. I think that this is what, at least for Western Michigan hockey, because it is the program at Western. It gets all the attention, gets all the glory. They are truly building a powerhouse at Western Michigan when it comes to hockey, and this facility is going to be top of the line, one of the best around the entire country. They went to all the top facilities, the Penn States of the world, the Michigans of the world, to model everything as state-of-the-art new for these athletes, and they continue to get massive transfer portal guys. They are one of the best teams when it comes to the transfer portal and retaining older talent, which is huge now, is because when you have the older, more experienced guys in those playoff moments, that's when they shine. So Western is going to be a powerhouse, especially with Michigan State losing Isaac Howard and not getting Gavin McKenna, who went to Penn State.
I saw that.
Western Michigan will be the best college hockey team in the state of Michigan this year.
So am I coming up this year for a repeat championship celebration?
There is a chance. I wouldn't put it past this team. They lost only two very important players, but the rest of the roster is still there.
They got that coach.
Yeah, but they have one of the best coaches in the country. I've talked to Pat. He's an incredible guy to talk hockey with. He's very knowledgeable. He's very intense in a good way, where he demands a lot out of you, but he will give you the world if you give it to him. And they all die for each other. Every single kid on that team, they literally die for each other. They hang out with each other. They go to the bar together. They are together at all times, and it is just awesome. So I wouldn't put it past them if they are able to do what they did last year. Their best goalie was a freshman last year and took them all the way to the national championship. So they're going to be very, very good again this year.
I love that for you. Meeting you last year and your passion for hockey. I'd love to hear from the chat if any of you guys were at college when your school won a national championship. I was blessed to be at Michigan State in 2000 when Mateen brought one home.
I was in Indy at that team. I was in Indy.
You were in Indy?
Oh, yeah, I was there.
You got to see that, huh?
Oh, yeah, I followed that
I'm curious. We got Spenny in here. I'm wondering if Spenny got any big bowls while he was a Spartan. But if any of you guys in the chat were at college when your team won a national – which one?
Was there when we beat Duke?
Ooh, there you go. There you go. We don't beat Duke a whole lot, Spenny. But, yeah, Spenny was there when we got a chance to beat Duke. But I really loved that for you so much. And it's not like you guys won the badminton national championship. You guys won what you love. And I hope and pray that you get to cover another national championship at your alma mater. Buddy.
Hey, we got a couple of minutes for the top of the hour. We're going to go football heavy the next hour. While I got you here, Justin, and Spenny, Red Wings last week had the press conference for the free agency press conference. We played just Stevie Eiserman cut the other day. I got a couple more I wanted to play with you and get your word. Stevie, this is Stevie Eiserman on not signing a big-name free agent. Give it a listen.
Before, but do you expect, I don't know, some trades or whatnot to open up here with teams kind of settling in now and whatnot after free agency?
Possibly. We're going to kind of wait and see if that any opportunities arise. Basically, everybody gets through the draft, then you go full bore into free agency, and everybody's either in the midst of their development camp or wrapping it up and get that done, and then focus on, okay, what do I need to do? Do I need to fill a hole, or do I need to shed payroll now? I've got one extra body or whatnot. And so I think that'll sort itself out this week, and we'll certainly explore. I know there's a couple of teams that are looking to move some people, and for various reasons, depending on where they're at or what they need to do. But probably less likely or less, this year, and that more teams had cap space. I don't think there's too many teams. I think there's a couple that have to do a few things in relation to the cap. But for the most part, everybody's still got a lot of cap space.
So you didn't sign a big-name free agent. He kind of says, well, what really is a big name? I hear Erik Karlsson's name being bandied about now. I'm not sure if he's going to help us at all. But then he says there's still trades in the works. Do you believe that that's going to happen still at this time?
I think that it is a 50-50 game at the moment. I think that it is every NHL GM trying to figure out how much these players with bloated contracts are worth. And that's what is pretty much on the market right now. It is either players that are RFAs that you're going to have to pay a heavy price for a young player who it could help this team, or you're going to have to get an older vet like Erik Karlsson. So I really don't know at this point. Every rumor seems like it's just a feather falling into a pillow's worth of feathers. I have no idea what Steve Yzerman's going to do. He continuously keeps things close to his chest. He says he wants to add a top 6 forward and a top 4D, so we'll see if he does end up doing that. But the options are out there. There are players. There are probably 15 quality players out there that are in rumors on the trade block.
Who do you want?
And
right now, who do you want for the money that you know he'll spend?
I think that Brian Rust seems like the guy from Pittsburgh. $5.5 million on his contract. He's at 31, so he's got 2 really solid years left in him. He's a point per game last year. I think he really adds to the first line in playing in front of the net and being that goal scorer for Raymond and Larkin. I think that's a perfect fit there. Defensively, I probably Dougie Hamilton would be my option. I know I would like Erik Karlsson too. I think Erik Karlsson brings a lot of the offensive puck-moving defensemen that we don't have any of, and he's elite at offense. Let's just call it how he is. He's a pylon defensively, but he's elite offensively. 13th in points as a defenseman last year, and on an awful Penguins team. It would be better with the Red Wings. I think you put him with a solid defender like Simon Edvinsson. You help Simon Edvinsson grow his offensive game. You also have him to mentor ASP, our number 1 prospect, who will come up here in the next year or so. And his contract's egregious right now. It's $9 million. But if they retain 35% of it, he's getting paid around $5.5 million, which I will gladly pay $5.5 million for a guy who's going to score 50-plus points from the blue line.
Amen. Do you like the John Gibson move?
I love the John Gibson.
Okay,
move.
I like to hear that.
I think that he has some a lot of quality hockey left in him, and I think that a lot of people are overblowing the fact that he's past his prime. I think goalies are like closers. They're weird. They're trendy. They got to be in the right situation, the right mindset. Everything has to be going right for them.
How does Peter Mrazek get traded like 80 times?
Because he's just a part of that goalie roulette paradox of the mid goalies, of the Stuart Skinners of the world. Like, they're all of the same ilk. They're all like the same goalie. They're good enough to get you to the playoffs, but they're not good enough to win you a playoff series. Where I believe John Gibson is a tier above them. I think that he is a solidified, at least if you don't want to say number 1 goalie. He is a 1B. He is in the class right below the elite starters of the NHL.
I'll take it, man.
Before the break, I have a very serious question for you guys and the chat.
What do you got?
If you're named Doug, are you going by Doug, Dougie, or Douglas?
Depends. Do you play hockey? If you play hockey,
I think I'd have to go.
Hockey, you're Dougie.
I'd have to go by Dougie. I couldn't do Doug. I couldn't do Douglas.
I don't think I could do
Shout
Doug.
out to all the Douglases in the chat.
Dougie Brown.
Definitely couldn't do Douglas.
No.
No Douglas.
No.
I like Douglas.
I don't know. I mean, I could do Doug if it was just like Dug. Otherwise, I'm going Dougie,
Douglas
bro.
has good credit.
Well, you're a Ricky, but you're not really a Ricky.
Yeah, no.
You're an Arsenio.
It's Richard. My middle name
Richard.
is
How about that?
Yeah.
But Ricky is a great name.
Yeah,
that was one of the names. If I had a boy, instead of all the girls I've had, Ricky was on the list.
Yeah,
right behind Douglas.
Ricky Maz, Jimmy Maz. I liked Wes for some reason because I loved Wes Unseld.
Mine's Guy. My boy's name's gonna be Guy.
Hey, we're talking football. Deion Sanders had some great comments at the Big 12 Media Day on NIL and how they can control it. I don't know if you believe him or not, but I don't know. Justin, if you got time, you can hang. If not, have a great day and drink that. Oh, you drank that Coke already.
He ain't playing over there.
Sonic and Knuckles.
Mexican Coke,
like
man.
That Sonic and Knuckles shirt, man. Stay tuned. Get your fitness on this summer at Planet Fitness. The high school summer pass program allows teenagers 14 to 19 to work out free all summer long. This allows teens to prioritize their mental and physical health while school is in recess. Since launching this program, Planet Fitness has invested over $300 million in waived membership dues. That's a lot of money to promote your health and wellness. It's the judgment-free zone. Trust me, it is. It's planetfitness.com.
The boys of summer are here, and Woodward Sports is all over the Motor City with the White Claw Tigers Tour. Come party with Woodward Sports, watch the Tigers, and sip on some White Claw all summer long. The best bars, big giveaways, live events, and a party that only Woodward Sports can throw. Ain't no party like a Woodward Sports party. Join us from 5 to 7 with the heavyweights at Second Best Bar in Detroit for the White Claw Tigers Tour, brought to you by White Claw, Easttown, and Van Johnson.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
A network for the city, by the city. Woodward Sports is Detroit Sports.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
The most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network.
You know how some things are so good they should be world famous, but they're not? Our house-made vinaigrette is one of those things. And the antipasto salad, we drizzle it over. Same with our hand-battered chicken tenders. Original recipe soups and pasta sauces. It's almost as if our original, world-famous Detroit-style pizza is mocking them. And that's not very nice.
Boys of summer are ready to get back to the playoffs, and there's no better place to get your Tigers coverage than Woodward Sports. Join us all season long as we follow as our hometown Tigers claw and fight. This ball is gone! Boys are back in town. Feel the roar with Woodward Sports.
I know you're tired of wearing the same old Detroit sports merch. Get your new Detroit sports merch right now at shop.woodwardsports.com. Whether it's hoodies, tees, hats, it doesn't matter. It's all guaranteed to turn heads. It's a new era in sports wearables. new design, amazing apparel, and the ultimate swag. Shop.woodwardsports.com. Doesn't matter what team it is. If it's a Detroit team and they're professional and they're dope and they're winning, we got the merch on the website right now. Shop.woodwardsports.com. That's shop.woodwardsports.com.
Your sports book. There you go, guys. Scan the QR code above my head. Use the code word over there, Woodward1000. Open up your brand new Caesars Sportsbook account. When you do so, make your first deposit and your first bet of $20 or more. If that first bet happens to lose, you get your first bet back as a bonus bet up to $1,000, but only if you scan that QR code above my head and use the code word Woodward1000 to open up your brand new Caesars Sportsbook account. Back to the show.
Hey guys, welcome back. Woodward Sports on a Thursday afternoon. Maz, Anson, Ricky, Justin, and Pete. Easy will join us in a couple minutes. Don't forget Dr. Pierce at the bottom of the hour.
Secret
here live.
sauce.
Little football for you guys. Yesterday was Big 12 Media Day. Colorado's in the Big 12. Their head coach is Deion Sanders. And Deion Sanders, of course, is the main guy in that Big 12. He is the guy right now. And he got on that podium looking good, by the way. Deion looking good, looking healthy again. We wish him the best. And he went on there and he said, look, man, NIL's great. The kids are getting paid. But it's getting harder and harder, especially when a young man thinks he's worth more than he is. And Deion said the NFL has a salary cap. I think college football would do well to have one. Check it out.
And Prime, you were talking about it during your presser about NIL and what these players deserve and how the game is modified to that point. From where you sit, doing it at the highest level in the NFL, how do you believe NIL should be guardrailed now, especially with the revenue share?
I wish it was a cap. You know, like the top of the line player makes this, and if you're not that type of guy, you know you're not going to make that. That's what the NFL does. So the problem is you got a guy that's not that darn good, but he could go to another school and they give him $500,000, and you can't compete with that. That don't make sense. And you're talking about equality, not equality, like equal. I guess equality. And all you have to do is look at the playoffs and see what those teams spent, and you understand darn near why they're in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. It's kind of hard to compete with somebody who's giving $25-30 million to a darn freshman class.
Right.
It's crazy. We're not complaining because all these coaches up here can coach their butts off and give them the right opportunity with the right players and play here and there, you'll be there. But it's what's going on right now don't make sense. And we want to say stuff, but we're trying to be professional. But you're going to see the same teams darn near at the end and with somebody who sneaks up in there. But the team that pays the most is going to be there in the end.
All right, so, Deion puts it right where it's at. He's like, these kids think they're worth more than they are. If you don't pay them, someone else is going to pay them. If you looked at the 4 playoff teams last year, or the 6, I forgot if they're 6, they're 4. Anyway, those were the highest spending teams in the nation. And he's like, it's hard to compete when you're giving a freshman class $25-30 million. So I'm going to come to you first, Anson. What's your take on Deion? Do you think he was part of the problem to begin with, and now he's trying to pull back, or is he making sense?
No, because, I mean, realistically, he showed us what the transfer portal can be for small schools. Now, like Michigan was against it. They weren't putting the money out. Now, all of a sudden, you got them and Dave Portnoy putting all this money into getting the kid, Bryce.
Yeah.
It absolutely has to happen. Last time I was on with Bray earlier this week, I mentioned the fact that Michigan has 4 times the endowment of every single university in the Big Ten, except for Northwestern. Northwestern's endowment is for education, though. So you're already climbing an uphill battle in most of these conferences. You know that Alabama's endowment is much larger than SMU's, you know?
No, SMU's probably got more.
We'd have to see about that. Vanderbilt was who I was going to say, but they probably have a pretty good educational one. But endowments make a huge difference for a school already. Now, when you start bringing into play boosters and alumni and fans of a university that can just throw millions at players, something that you instituted into college football and all of college sports to try and level the field and create parity. In fact, they left so many things out of this new rule that it is stacked the deck for the big universities. It's just like baseball. You need a salary cap. You need a salary cap. I mean, when you watch a historic franchise like the Athletics have to play in Sacramento right now,
it's gross.
It's terrible. And you know, shout out to Moneyball, but when you have to take those kind of drastic measures just to compete, just to see a wild card matchup, there's an issue. And we're seeing it in full spectrum in college sports right now. I think that Deion is the perfect guy to lead the charge because he's taking advantage of it, but he's also pointing out a glaring problem with it right now.
Justin, what do you have?
100%. Anson hit the nail right on the head. The college sports need a salary cap. There is no reason why all these universities should just be able to throw any amount of money at these college kids, and they're getting paid more than pros. It is also making college kids stay in college for longer. Instead of trying to chase the pros, they now are comfortable in college, especially with all the rules. They get them extra years, and like being able to play 6 years of college football and getting paid millions of dollars to do it is just as good as going to the NFL. And I think it stunts the growth of some of these college kids. I think the movement kind of takes away from some of the freshmen. I think there's so many things that it affects in a negative light without having a salary cap where it is a stern issue. And I think Deion Sanders is the perfect guy to lead the charge because he 100% has taken advantage of it. He's led so much of this innovation for the college athlete with the Instagram handles on the back of their jerseys to getting big name transfers like he got Slater from Liberty this year, and then he gets the 5-star quarterback Julian Smith, I believe, as well. There's just he is the perfect guy and the perfect icon to be able to make these types of changes.
I got a question for you inspired by What Up Doe with Detroit Gunny. You saw what the Wings did with no salary cap, and we obviously enjoyed that. We felt like the Yankees of the NHL. My question is Mike Ilitch is gone. If there were no salary cap in the NHL, would the Red Wings still reign supreme with Chris Ilitch's tight wallet?
I really don't think so. I mean, we heard the reports from our own Terry Foster last year about how he didn't even pick up the phone when Yzerman came calling about Stamkos. And hindsight's always 20/20. That may have not been a great move. It may have been a good move if it was in Detroit instead of Nashville. But I think that you would be seeing something similar to the Tigers. They would struggle to retain talent because there isn't a salary cap, and they would struggle to pay the big names. They wouldn't be willing to go out there and spend the big dollars. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe because the salaries are so much smaller in the NHL than they are in every other major sport in North America. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he is willing to do out the dough for that.
It'd be cheaper to pay for a Red Wing winner than it would be a Tiger winner.
100%. It wouldn't even be in the same stratosphere.
Yeah.
And so that's where maybe he would. But I think we're dealing in hypotheticals, and if he's doing it the way that he runs the Tigers, there's no way. Because I can guarantee you this. Teams like Toronto, teams like the Rangers, teams like the Kings, all these teams in the big markets would just be feasting on talent.
That's what Florida's doing right now.
Exactly.
No sales tax. I mean, no income tax.
State tax.
They could pay.
That's correct.
They could pay the same amount the Rangers would pay or the Kings would pay, but you're making more when you play in Florida or Tampa. Now, going back to college, listen, they paid players forever.
Yeah, right.
So if there's a salary cap, they're still going to pay under the table.
Yeah,
There's still going to be brown bags. There's still going to be John Deere tractors.
The middle guys.
Yeah.
It'll never
You're
stop.
still going to have the boosters paying.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if you have a freaking – I just say the hell with NIL, stop it, and just go back to cheating again. Officially cheating.
I agree.
Because that's all it is. Let's just cheat. Because you cannot compete with the big boys.
That's all it is.
You can't. The MAC is going to be gone soon.
I know.
Yeah.
It's going to be gone. How do those schools even stay around and stay relevant? It's almost – look at the Pac-12. They were down to 2 teams last year. Now they're up to what, 6 or 8 teams?
Yep.
And they'll keep putting other teams. They'll take from the Mountain West and
That's what
wherever
they are.
else and the independents. And you can't. It's impossible to do what they're doing in college football. They have let the genie out of the bottle.
Yeah.
And they're not going to get it back in.
It's their fault,
Maz,
though.
that Pac-12 is absolutely disgusting. Every single team that they have in there ends with the word state. I'm not saying that it's bad. I'm just saying it looks cheap is what I'm saying. It just looks cheap.
I'll still watch it.
I will, too.
I'm still going to watch it.
I'm going to watch everything.
I'm just saying it just looks cheap, man.
I know. they need to completely reimagine, reinvent what they are doing with college football in almost every way, shape, or form. That this is just not a competitive structure that you can be in. The big dogs are going to continue to eat. I wouldn't be surprised if 80% of the playoff teams are similar to last year's playoff teams. It wouldn't shock me at all because they're all just going to consistently bring in the top names and the top talent. It's just going to be – and with how the TV markets are set up, the SEC and the Big Ten have way bigger TV deals 100%. Than all the other conferences, and it just puts them at even a bigger disadvantage being from those conferences because they just don't have the same revenue that all the Big Ten and SEC schools, even the smaller ones. The smaller ones – and then you want to talk about money, Notre Dame, because they're independent last year, took home every single dollar that they made from the college football playoff.
It's their own conference.
Yep.
Their own conference.
It's their own conference. They made all of that money for every round. I believe it was $5 million per round went to Notre Dame when $5 million was split between 16 Big Ten teams. And
I've never accused Notre Dame of being dumb. That's for sure.
I don't know how they get away with it. Well, I really don't.
I think the chat is ready to talk about professional football.
Okay.
I think they want some Lions stuff, lots of questions. We haven't heard anything on Anzo. They're excited for this game coming up shortly, but we got lots of that on the docket after the break, don't we?
We do. Lions, of course, play next Wednesday. The rookie camp starts in Allen Park. Cannot wait for that. The rookies start then. 3 days later, the veterans are in at the end of the month, the 31st. They're in Canton, man, playing the Hall of Fame game. By the way, that game is an 8 o'clock game.
Ooh.
That's an 8 o'clock game. It'll be the Chargers and the Lions to start off the 2025 NFL season.
As before we head to the break, I want to remind everybody we got a Hockeytown puck here, as well as the Rip Hamilton bobblehead bank. Got the signed, autographed Fred Brown Prism card, a rookie Colt Keith, Duncan Robinson, Sean Respert rookie. You guys killed it in that first hour with the Super Chat. Want to see some more of that. And please don't forget to smash that like button. Let's get us to 100 before the end of the show.
All right, guys, stay tuned. Right now, I want to tell you about our newest people, our newest guys here with us, our friends from Black Rock, Woodward Sports, heating things up with our sizzling new partner, Black Rock Bar and Grill, home of the steak on a stone, served on a 755-degree volcanic rock. You know the waiter or waitress is going to bring it. They're going to say, don't touch that. And Ricky's going to go, I just want to touch it with my finger. Right? Just want to touch it. Right? How many times did they tell you don't touch the sizzling
all
tray?
The time.
And you got to touch it just to find out.
I have to make sure it's precisely 700.
Exactly. I mean,
how much? 750 degrees?
Say goodbye to your fingerprints, man.
Yeah.
You look. If you want to hear it sizzle.
But if it's 675 degrees, how you gonna know?
I don't know. Depends how many fingerprints you got left. It's more than a meal. It's an experience, and now they're cooking up a summer giveaway. 8 weeks, 8 prizes, 1 epic finale. They let us in on a little secret. The grand prize, 4 tickets to the home opener, Detroit and Chicago at Ford Field, September the 14th. Stay tuned. The prize drop and entry period opens this coming Monday.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
A network for the city, by the city. Woodward Sports is Detroit Sports.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
The most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network.
You know how some things are so good they should be world famous, but they're not? Our house-made vinaigrette is one of those things. And the antipasto salad, we drizzle it over. Same with our hand-battered chicken tenders. Original recipe soups and pasta sauces. It's almost as if our original, world-famous Detroit-style pizza is mocking them. And that's not very nice.
Woodwardsports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward Sports gear. Woodwardsports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at woodwardsports.com.
Make sure you stay connected to Woodward Sports on all social platforms, man. Follow us at Facebook, X, Instagram. You can't forget about YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok. Stay up to date with the latest sports news, live updates, and that behind-the-scenes action, man. Don't miss out. Hit that follow button right now. Facebook, X, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok. Be a part of Detroit's #1 digital sports network. That's at Woodward Sports on all of them. At Woodward Sports on all platforms. Make sure you follow us now.
25 models that Les Stanford Buick and GMC are offering right now. Some pretty amazing deals for everyone. They got both Hummers up there, the EV SUT for $599 a month or the EV SUV for $699 a month. And that unbelievable deal right there, the 2025 Sierra Double Cab Elevation. You can get into that for only $169 a month. Get to Les Stanford today. Check out that massive inventory and all those incredible deals. Les Stanford Buick and GMC. For all lease specials, make sure you head to that website. And, of course, together, let's drive.
Thursday afternoon, Woodward Sports. Welcome back. It's Maz and Anson, Ricky, Justin, and Pete in the house as well. We told you about NIL, that last segment. Deion Sanders standing up in front of the Big 12 bigwigs and saying, hey, we need a salary cap. A league that has a salary cap, but a lot of teams circumvent it. I don't know how they do it, but they circumvent it. You can ask the 49ers. They are the kings of circumventing the salary cap. Neil says it's real. I say it's fake. But nonetheless, the NFL is upon us. Coming up next Wednesday, Lions back at camp at Allen Park. Of course, they play the Chargers July 31st in the Hall of Fame game to kick off the 25 season of the NFL. Tom Brady now has been retired a couple years. He's back on Fox. He's the lead analyst with Kevin Burkhardt. Okay. He is living his best life. Talk about a guy living his best life.
You texted me this last night.
This SOB is living his best life. All right? So Giselle wants a divorce. Okay. You know what? I never liked her anyway. She's gone. She goes with her jiu-jitsu coach, and she has a baby. Goodbye, Giselle. He is hanging out with the top-of-the-line ladies.
No doubt.
He is now with friends. They're saying they're just hanging out for the summer. Sophia Vergara.
For the summer.
For the summer. Sophia Vergara turned 53 years old yesterday. 53 years old.
Shout out to her.
Sophia Vergara. So I'm going to go around the room, and I'm going to ask us all. If you were Tom Brady, or just you, if you're you.
I can't wait.
And you got one girl you want to hang out with for the summer.
Oh, easy. Can I go first?
I'm going to go around the room.
No, can I go
Okay,
first?
Ricky. I'll let you go first.
Yeah.
And Easy's sitting down on a chair.
Easy's
He's got
ready to go for this
He's got
one.
that grin. Me,
This
Spencer, and Easy. We got a little text thread together.
Oh, yeah, we do.
We call it the Taylor Mathis text thread.
Oh,
By the
my
way,
God.
she's coming back online here in a couple of
back
days.
already.
Can't wait to see those. Her.
This is easy.
Ricky, who's your hangout with the
This
summer?
is easy. This stays on the internet forever. I'm going with my wife.
No.
Smart man.
No, you're not allowed.
What do you mean?
You're not allowed.
No, I'm not. I allow it.
That is my final answer, and you will never get another one.
I'm
out of me.
allowing it.
Next person.
Whatever.
I also pick Ricky's wife. No,
Attaboy, Easy. Attaboy.
That's hilarious.
What do you got, man? Look at this guy. Tom Brady and Sophia Vergara. Come on, man.
Good for him.
How could you ever watch Modern Family again and think the same of her.
Listen,
Bro, she didn't get AIDS. She just had sex with Tom Brady. Relax.
Oh, you still hate Tom Brady? Still?
Well, I'm just saying he's the luckiest man on earth. That's
He
all.
is. He really is.
The luckiest man on earth.
That's a W for sure.
So who's your Sofia Vergara? Or is it her? I mean, you could do a lot worse
To be honest,
than picking her.
there's many, but I might take the Ricky cop. I don't know. That's.
Oh, God.
It's not a cop-out, man. It's the truth.
You know what? I can't think of her name. She's drop dead gorgeous though. I can't. Me and Spring love her. She's
Describe her.
Argentinian, I think. I'm trying to think of a movie she's in.
Oh, she's a movie star?
Yeah, she's a movie star. She's Latina.
Is it,
I think. Oh, I can't think of her name, but I can think of Wonder Woman. Gail Gadot.
Oh,
Gail
okay.
Gadot.
Yeah.
An
she's
Israeli
gorgeous.
beauty.
Yeah. That's,
They make them great in
I
Israel.
like the
They
Israeli.
do,
beauties.
but I gave myself in trouble with that. We better pick someone else.
No, Gail Gadot's fine.
Baby mama. Better pick a
Yeah.
baby mama.
I'm picking baby mama.
How about you, Anson?
I'm gonna go deep cut because I can't select Jessica Alba from Honey in 2003. Oh my good lord!
No, you got to take them now.
You can take her.
I'm
She's
taking.
still
I know.
gorgeous.
I know.
Now she's a billionaire, so you might.
I
She's a
wouldn't hate it
billionaire
either.
for real?
She still looks amazing.
You know about honest?
I'm gonna go with a deep cut, and I'm gonna send you guys to Instagram to sssnakes.s.
That's crazy.
SS Snakes.
Hey, Pete.
So sorry, buddy. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I was so busy doing
I get it.
So sssnakes.s. 3 S's nakes.s.
This is a dude.
No, it's not. She's from Hawaii.
Is it Luna?
And she's absolutely perfect.
Whatever.
And I would be very blessed to spend the summer with
Is
her.
her name Luna?
Luna Ruff.
Luna,
There you
right?
go, baby. Luna is indeed big fan.
Oh boy.
Anson.
Well, if I had to
That's
take...
my style, bro.
Can I
That's your
throw
style,
mine in
sure.
there?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll throw mine in. Well, Tom, I have a crush on. It's a girl named Alex Curry from KTLA.
Yes.
I would absolutely just.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, Alex Curry, guys, for you guys out there in the chat. Alex Curry from KTLA. She also was the LA Angels sideline, reporter for during the LA Angel games. Look up Alex Curry. I know she's married, but that's the girl I would love to date.
Well, I'm gonna go out of my price.
She's pregnant.
I'm gonna go. She is.
She is.
Pete wishes he was the father.
I wish I was the father.
I'm gonna go out of my age
right
range.
now.
I'm gonna go. She's got to be in her 20s, right? Sydney Sweeney.
Yep.
Come on, man. Sydney Sweeney. But if I had to stick in my age group, I'd probably go somewhere like Sofia Vergara.
Yeah, I was saying.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Absolutely.
If I'm sticking in our profession, Kay Adams.
She is something.
She is something.
You know
I
what?
met Kay Adams. She's extremely flirtatious.
She's.
Oh,
Like I
goodness.
get how
Yeah.
she got where she. Like,
I mean,
where
her
she's going.
face. She's so beautiful. Her
very
face
beautiful.
is so
And
beautiful.
her energy matches
that
it,
riz.
man.
She has a great energy.
And she's like 5'2". My Mendoza line's about 5'9", man. The higher you go over that, you shouldn't be in the league.
See, I think primal instinct though, like you want your kid to go pro, you should be looking up there. Like
I don't
I
need
got
him to
another
go
hit.
pro, man. Give me 5'2", 99.
I'm not mad at that.
Guys, I got some
99 pounds, bro. I'm
51-minute
happy.
breaking news. 51-minute-old breaking news, and here it is. She's back. She's back. It's the first.
Who the hell is Renee Zellweger?
That is Taylor Mathis.
She's back.
Taylor Mathis just had a baby, and we had T-Math on a few
51
months
minutes
ago.
old.
Never
Yeah.
heard of her.
I'm looking at her hair.
You want a fun fact, Maz? I think I told you this. You stole her from me.
I did?
She was supposed to come on heavies. You guys got her first, and then it just.
Well, we can get her
It was
on for
awkward
you.
after
No
that.
problem.
Oh,
is
I'm
that?
over her now.
Oh, yeah.
Who is
Yeah.
that?
Now that
was
she had a
Taylor
baby,
Mathis.
it's
She
over.
cheated on me.
She
No,
does a
dude,
lot
she
of
cheated on me with you.
She does a lot of jogging, if I'm correct.
Yes, she does.
Yes.
Or
Walking bets.
brisk walking.
Who is that?
Brisk walking.
She does walking bets on Twitter.
Walking bets.
Walking bets.
She looks pretty good while she's walking.
Feel
Rick.
free to look it up.
All right, I'll look at
Feel free to look it up. She's an Iowa graduate.
I
She's a
take that
Hawkeye
UPS
girl.
lady just right there.
it. Yo, the FedEx chick?
The FedEx chick.
She doesn't do walking bets.
She has them though.
She walks all the time, though.
She walks.
Yeah, we got a couple super chats.
Hang
Sergeant
on.
Charles Schultz.
Shots.
Bless you, boys. This is 3 years. Finish it, Maz, or anybody's. Can I get a big shout out? Bless you, boys.
Bless you.
Bless you, boys. You got the shout
$20
out.
super chat, too,
How
man.
about it, man?
Wow.
Love those $20
You
super
guys
chats.
crushed the super chats.
You guys are crushing the super chat, and we
Yes.
love our chat for doing that. Make sure you smash that like button, too. Let's try and get us to 100 before the end of the show, but you guys are crushing it in the super chat.
Dante 151. Another $10 from Dante the King.
Boom.
He says, Maz, the
Dante's
true
a man.
king of venting, circumventing the cap, because I said all these teams circumvent the cap.
Yes, they do.
I said the 49ers will probably be number one. He says it's the New Orleans Saints.
Yes.
He says, how the hell can they keep on getting away with it? Also, my Sofia Vergara is Jessica Alba. Hands freaking
I feel
down.
that, bro. I feel
I
that.
cannot complain about that.
Hey, Maz and Easy. I went back in time. Maz and Easy, here you go. Remember this, Maz?
There she is.
There she is.
Nice. Thanks for bringing that up, Pete.
Here's Braylon's photo, which is my favorite.
Oh yeah, he definitely.
He was doing a light skin face. Look at him. He was doing a light skin face.
That's what I'm saying.
Look at this guy. What is that?
Oh, so you said you was
Easy. He had his beard on. That's why.
There's me with Taylor.
There's Pete.
I love these photos, man.
Brad was asking this question like, yeah, so what do you think about the Lions?
Biting that lip. All right, can we rewind it to our first? Can we rewind it to our first crush? Because it was either Linda Carter or the original Daisy Duke for me.
Oh my God,
yeah.
Linda Carter and Daisy Duke.
What was
Catherine Bach.
Catherine Bach.
Oh.
That's right. Who was your very first one?
Oh my God.
Pete, you have to look it up.
Barbara Eden. I Dream of Jeannie.
Yeah.
Barbara Eden. I Dream
Barbara
of Jeannie.
Eden, I Dream of Jeannie.
Elizabeth Montgomery on Bewitched.
Elizabeth
Yeah, those are my
Montgomery.
top two in the beginning when I first was learning about
Pete, I want to
ladies.
hear yours.
Well, you actually said it was Daisy Duke. Man.
Okay.
Because I was watching because I was in love with the car first, and I'm like, girls, wow, cool.
Yeah.
4 years old. There you go.
What about you, Rick? You get a different
So-
answer on this one. You didn't even know your wife then.
Yeah, no, it's funny because my wife is a huge Mariah Carey fan, and Mariah Carey was like my celebrity crush.
Ooh, yeah.
But honestly, the first woman I remember like wanting to go back and watch again. You remember in House Party, the chick in the red dress?
Oh, hell yes.
Bruh, still to this day. To this day.
Is that Pierre Cardin?
Oh man.
Who's that, Pierre Cardin?
But
How about,
Mariah Carey was always my
How about
celebrity
Fresh
crush.
Prince of Bel-Air, the sister?
Hillary?
Oh, Hillary. Yeah. Oh,
Solid.
yeah. That's
Ashley
that's
getting
just
to
my
be gorgeous
speed.
too.
Yeah.
Ashley turned out
Yeah.
hot.
Who was yours, Easy? Who was your
That's my
first?
speed, man.
Hillary Duff.
Hillary Duff.
Hillary
Solid.
Duff.
Oh, you know
McGuire.
what? She still looks amazing.
Yeah.
She got thicker.
She
In
did.
a good way.
In a good way. That smile.
Yeah.
I love
Did
it,
she
Easy.
go under the knife?
No, I don't think so. She
no,
had a
she
baby.
Working out. Yeah, she's
Yeah,
working
those are
out.
real?
She's a Baba?
She's a fit mom.
Yeah, she's still stacked. She's killing it.
Wow.
Fit
I think she
mom.
married a hockey player.
Specs.
Be damned. That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, Lizzie McGuire, my first crush. I actually on the Disney Channel website, you could send like emails and shit. Like I was shooting my shot every time I go to my
Nice.
grandma's
That's what's
house.
up, you got
She let me go on the internet. I was shooting my shot at Lizzie McGuire every time.
You know who my first, I might have been my first one right around that same time, was Soleil Moonfry.
Oh,
Not familiar.
Punky damn
Punks.
Brewster.
You got to see
Punk.
Punky Brewster.
I loved her.
What is that?
Look up Punky Brewster. then
you don't know
and now.
Punky
Punky
Brewster?
Brewster?
Right.
Punky.
Y'all
Yeah,
was all
TV
taking it
show.
back.
And she had to have a breast reduction.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
She did.
It does. But then it
Soleil
doesn't look
Moonfry.
like it.
She wasn't like the typical hot girl, but Punky, come on, man. If you didn't love Punky when you were growing up with Punky,
Oh,
her
Punky
and
was
Cherry,
so
her girlfriend's
hot.
name was Cherry.
Hey, Mike Reed on the super chat. Pete, you are the father. Middle-aged sneaker chick.
Oh, I know her. Yeah,
Middle-aged
I know
sneaker
her.
chick. Maz, was that Schultz? A Hogan Heroes reference. You know it, kid. You know it. You know it.
Super chats keep coming in, guys.
Dude,
you got
great show.
You still got another 18 minutes. We got awesome autograph card, Fred Brown. We
Yeah,
got the
I can't-
Hockey Town Puck. We got the Richard Rip Hamilton bobblehead bank, the Duncan Robinson, Colt Keith rookie card, and a whole bunch of other cards. So keep them coming in, guys.
I can't say if she's fine or not because they keep showing her as a kid.
Okay,
So
well.
I can't
you
believe.
gotta
Yeah,
do
that was weird. Yeah.
You got to
Freddie Felt.
That's why I say nothing.
I'm like, is she fine? I don't know. I'm not 7.
Freddie Felt crushing it with this one. Elizabeth Shue from Adventures in
no,
Babysitting.
100%.
do anywhere, Elizabeth.
100%.
Shue.
Yeah, no doubt. But Adventures of Babysitting was when you first really
Easy,
saw her.
did you look up Alex Curry?
First you saw her in that light.
No, I'm gonna look her up right now.
Elizabeth Shue.
C-U-R-R-Y.
You old
That is a
perverts.
winner, man. Dr. Pierce said he's 10 minutes away, so we get
Lauren,
more easy.
Lauren London is an
Freddie
honorable
Felt always
mention.
with the deep cuts, man.
He
Good,
does.
good work, Freddie.
I think
We
Dr.
appreciate
Pierce
the
might have
puck,
sent
too,
me
man.
something. Let's see.
Alex Curry is very beautiful.
Yes, extremely beautiful. The hair, the
What is
face,
she? What is she?
The body.
Doesn't
Is she
matter,
mixed or
man.
Puerto Rican or something?
Yeah, no,
Doesn't
she's
matter.
Californian.
It's the inside
Yeah.
that counts.
Californian?
Yep.
I love that.
Wow,
I love
that's a good
Alex.
pick.
Hey, Alexandra Daddario is
All right,
nobody.
man, you trying to get divorced at this point.
She's amazing. Alexandra
He's just saying
Daddario
all of them.
is it.
Hey, what's your top 10?
Man's like, you know what? My neighbor, 2 houses down.
Hey,
He said my daughter's.
She was doing the flowers. He like,
hey,
hey, Miss Park.
look, sitting on this desk.
His pocket.
Sitting on this desk and watching Woodward. The people that work.
Man, stop!
Come on, man. You kidding me?
The older the berry, the sweeter the juice. Nah, that ain't it.
I just want to mention everyone's head's on a swivel in this room.
No,
that's all I want to mention.
Yeah, no, that's all. You don't bring us in this.
That's all I'm gonna say.
You know what? Ricky's pretty darn good about not
no, his
swiveling.
head swivels.
It's because I have a
He
wall
doesn't have
right
much
I
of a
sit next
chicken
to
head.
him. I watch him, and then he looks at me and he goes,
Oh, funny.
I don't know. Hey, I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah,
man.
I haven't seen it either,
He's
my
got a
friend.
smartwatch
I haven't
or something.
seen it.
As is, he's looking at his watch or something.
I'm focused on my job.
Mad's trying to take the captain down with the ship right now,
That is,
man.
yeah, that's kind of crazy, man.
"Listen, man,
I love
are you breathing?
Yeah,
Are you alive?
I'm
Okay.
good, man. I'm just
That's
My-
my case.
Here's something my stepdad always say: you can look at the menu, but you can't buy.
There you go.
That's what he said.
Freddie fell with another super chat.
at
Phoebe
Freddie.
Cates from Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Oh, that dream scenario. Oh. And Apollonia from Purple Rain. Apollonia. Unbelievable. Listen, Prince's harem was second to none. That VHS was all
yes, it
fuzzy
was.
during each of those scenes. Shout out. Yeah, I had a spot in Working Girl I used to pause.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, working girl. I know which.
Are you
I
talking
know
about
which
Melanie
part
Griffith?
I know which
Melanie
part
Griffith,
you're
Don
pausing
Johnson
on.
really
I
rocked.
remember when you were like 11 or 12 and you
I
just
know what
pause
part
your
you're pausing on. I know
Oh
what
God,
part.
yeah.
Easy doesn't understand that, but he understands.
No, I do. I was on VHS.
Now Prince has a hell of a lineup, but no one beats Jeter. Nobody.
What about Vanity, bro?
Yeah.
Nobody beats Derek Jeter.
Jeter,
no.
Rodman.
No, listen, we
Jeter
don't.
Rodman
number one.
lineup.
Yeah.
Jeter number one.
Dennis Rodman wasn't he banging Jeannie Buss or something?
We don't
Was that
even know the
rumor?
Wilt Chamberlain
Probably.
lineup.
She was
I'm sorry.
She's a
No,
Playboy.
nobody outdoes Prince, bro.
What about the Wilt Chamberlain lineup?
Oh, Will Chamberlain.
Well, there's
Do you think
20,000
Prince
to
actually
choose
sleeping
from.
with those women though?
Yes.
He's like half their size.
I know.
That's right.
I don't know.
You know, my dad.
They're probably having makeup parties.
My dad selected my
He wore
mom.
those high shoes.
Yeah. They were doing each other's makeup. and
My
sleepover.
Wilt Chamberlain came to the Playboy Bunny Club, which my mother worked at in Detroit, and he selected her, and she turned him down.
Wow.
But I have a picture, which I'll have to bring in tomorrow, of her with Wilt and a bunch of other bunnies.
On her birthday?
That's dope.
Where did
When was the
birthday coming
Detroit?
from?
When
I
was
thought
the
you said
Detroit
it was your
Playboy
birthday
Club?
on Friday. Your mom's
Oh, my
birthday.
mother's birthday is tomorrow.
Yes.
Yes, but this
Thank you.
Wilt Chamberlain is not alive, so it was a long time ago.
Where was the
Gotcha.
Playboy Club in Detroit?
I'd have to
remember?
get that address for you. I can ask her, and we'll talk about my mom tomorrow because it's her birthday. Maybe I'll find that photo.
Happy
too.
birthday, Aunt's mom. Happy early
Yeah, right.
birthday.
I will not bring in
Put
the
on
August
that-
of
put on that
69
thing I
issue.
like.
Okay, August of '69. I got that.
Well, now you just told everybody.
Well, they can look, man. I'm proud that it's the ladies of the Detroit Bunny Club.
Okay, cool.
That's
You know,
awesome.
like they do firefighters
Yeah.
and the girls of
Yeah,
Big
yeah,
Ten.
yeah.
So.
Oh, I love girls of the Pac-10 back in the day.
The Pac-10 for sure.
Yo, you know what I pulled up the other day? The old commercial in Twins. Remember those commercials?
Of
Those were
course.
the best commercials.
Those were Hef's girls.
Can you read Cartier's comment, Anson?
What'd he say?
It's right there at the bottom.
Cartier,
It said,
she told you she turned him
Yeah,
down.
that's what I was thinking.
Listen, I was disappointed when she told me she turned him down. I got no problem with my mom being part of 20K. And I love you, Mom, but I wish you were part of the 20K. Get an autograph card for your son or something.
The numbers, he said,
This beats the top. This beats top.
We had our own top 10, right?
This beats the top 10 Thursday any day of the week.
This is
We
the
used to do
top 10,
top 10
brother.
Thursday. This
Of
killed it.
women or
No,
Oh,
but this is the best one.
oh, today's.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
It's definitely the best
They're gonna
one.
love this on Fox, man.
Hey man, hey,
Oh yeah, shout out to Fox.
stay tuned. Dr. Pierce is on his way, looking for a parking spot right now, but we want to hear from
When
the
we
man.
come back, can we
Ben
talk about our
Johnson.
favorite sports? No.
Go ahead.
Anyway, we're talking about fighters. We got our own fighter here in DMAC, but Detroit, you got your own fighter in Ben Johnson Law. Justice, it means something different to everybody. Whether it's a settlement or a verdict, justice is always worth the fight, and Ben Johnson is going to step up and do that exactly for you. You got a case, make sure you contact the fighters at Ben Johnson Law today. Get the justice you deserve with tough, tenacious trial lawyers. That's Ben Johnson Law.
The boys of summer are here, and Woodward Sports is all over the Motor City with the White Claw Tigers Tour. Come party with Woodward Sports, watch the Tigers, and sip on some White Claw all summer long. The best bars, big giveaways, live events, and a party that only Woodward Sports can throw. Ain't no party like a Woodward Sports party. Join us from 5 to 7 with the heavyweights at Second Best Bar in Detroit for the White Claw Tigers Tour, brought to you by White Claw, Easttown, and Ven Johnson.
You know how some things are so good they should be world famous, but they're not? Our house-made vinaigrette is one of those things. And the antipasto salad, we drizzle it over. Same with our hand-battered chicken tenders. Original recipe soups and pasta sauces. It's almost as if our original, world-famous Detroit-style pizza is mocking them. And that's not very nice.
A network for the city, by the city. Woodward Sports is Detroit Sports.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
The most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Head to woodwardsports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward Sports gear. Woodwardsports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at woodwardsports.com.
Oh, yeah, everybody. There it is. Another QR code above my head. You might as well scan that one. It's going to take you to Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's numero uno Chevy dealer with 5 locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and in Lansing. And this month's specials include a 2025 Silverado 1500 Crew. You can lease that for just $149 per month, or you can lease the 2026 Equinox LT for just $209 per month. Scan that QR code above my head. It'll take you to Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's numero uno Chevy dealer.
Hey, from legendary crushes to legendary pizza, we have it here in Detroit, the original deep dish Detroit style pizza, courtesy of Buddy's Pizza, who's been doing it since 1946. 22 locations in Michigan, including that original one on 6 Mile and Conant.
Thank you.
Listen, Buddy's is a cornerstone of the city of Detroit. Being here, like I said, for 79 years, dedicated community partner with notable partnerships, local organizations like the Michigan Humane Society, Salvation Army, the Detroit Zoo, and many more. You can save 10% off your next order from them as well by using that code right above my head, 10 MEAL. That's right, 10 meals is going to save you 10% off your next purchase. So go and find a location near you, or just head to buddyspizza.com.
All right, guys, welcome in. Woodward Sports. Been a fun day today.
Sure has.
Beautiful Thursday on Woodward.
Great day.
Maz and Anson, Ricky and Pete. We had Justin in earlier. We had Easy in. We're getting a plethora. Dr. Pierce coming in hot here. He'll be parking
Secret
and
sauce.
running on in. Hey, before we get him, there's something going on tonight. Anson, I know you'll be locked and loaded on NBA TV. Summer game tonight, but it's the big game. It's the Bronny James versus Cooper Flag game. That's going to be a big sellout tonight, right?
And they had to move it to the American Airlines Center. It was sold out. This one's going to be exciting. I'm a Bronny believer. You know, my dad casts a large shadow, so I understand a little bit of what this guy's gone through. I think that this kid can be a player in the NBA. Is he going to be an all-star? Probably not.
Right.
Can he be a starter at some point? Sure. Can he be a role player? Absolutely. He plays
good
great
for him.
defense. He's athletic. He's cerebral. And when his shot falls, we saw he put up 20 points in a game last year. So he's a large interest story for everybody around the NBA, but Cooper Flagg is the story. This is the great white hope. And he has brought it at every level, and we're looking forward to him doing the same thing at the NBA level. Now, I got a question for you, which I heard on the drive-in from some other people that talk sports, and I thought it was a good one because tonight there's another game that is so popular that it was moved as well, and this is the first time that we are seeing Paige Beckers, rookie superstar in the WNBA, face off with the face of the WNBA, a Miss Caitlin Clark. That game was also moved.
It's only because Caitlin Clark was
no,
playing.
Paige Beckers is the number 2 selling merch athlete in the WNBA. She was the number 1 vote getter over Miss Caitlin Clark. So those two, they're
Caitlin's
a
had an
maelstrom of
injury
popularity.
plagued year.
What's that?
Caitlin's had an injury
Sure,
plagued year.
but Paige Beckers has been
outstanding.
No. She's been outstanding to the point where there is now with you got Juju coming in, this kid Nick Miller out of Rutgers. I don't know if you guys have had a chance to watch her game or not.
Never heard of
but
her.
Her name is Nick? Like
Nicole Miller, yeah.
Right.
Nick Miller.
Never heard of him.
She's amazing. But listen, what we're seeing right now is the Steph Curry phenomenon. Friend.
Okay. Good
Secret sauce is in the house.
Dr. Jeff Pierce joins us from Michigan Sports and Spine. Doc, I was there on Tuesday getting my work on my elbow.
Hey, Doc.
They've graduated me from my right elbow, which is good. Left elbow still hurting, but I'm coming in next week to get another eval from Regine because you will not be there in the afternoon.
I'll be there on Tuesday.
They tell you don't come in. You don't come in early for me. You don't care. You come in later. I got Regine. It's okay. I'm good. He's going to check it out.
As long as you're being taken care of, then everything's good.
I trust him. I trust him. He's the guy that shot me up the first time.
And you're doing well on the left.
So we'll see. It's coming along. It's still, it's still got its issues. It's not 100%. Not even close yet.
You may have to go to the next level. Where
We might. Want to pull that mic down by you?
I said we'll have to get you in. Maybe go on the next level with the
PRP?
The PRP, but there's a tenosynovitis, and there's a little device we use. We make a little incision, go in there and draw some fluid in there and break up some of the adhesions.
Oh, wow. Will I be awake for that?
You can be awake for it. No, you're always awake for it.
Oh, God. All right. I'm up for anything, man.
But we can try the PRP first. You're like the person who procrastinated so long. We got to go to different levels. This is a one-shot and done deal.
You think I would have learned by now, being 63 years old, not to procrastinate anymore.
The
Hey, I wanted
settles in.
to show you a video that I waited for you to get here. And it's Aiden Hutchinson, another workout. I sent that to you to look at. This is Aiden Hutchinson. Check it out. This is from him. Detroit Times put this out. A few other places put this out as well.
Okay.
But check out Aiden.
Yeah.
See what he's got here.
We got the walk back right now.
I'll loop it.
Don't we have him running? Did I give you the wrong video?
You might, that's the video I have, brother. I'll try to find another one, man.
There's one of them running that you sent me.
Yeah. Thought I put that up there.
And there were some criticisms
That's
that
where the
his left
link
side
went.
still is a little off.
Hey, what's up with that voice?
I caught a little something and a little voice abuse at a party last week. And
Last week? That must have been some serious abuse, Doc.
You were at the Jersey Shore last weekend, weren't you?
I was out the Jersey Shore. We couldn't get connected in for some reason.
What were you doing, by the way, in Jersey?
Kind of passing the word. We're still expanding, and one of our partners had a nice 4th of July party right there on just north of Atlantic City. Yeah. It was a really good setup. Shout out to the boys out there.
Beautiful.
It's my They already invited me to the Philly Detroit game.
I love it.
That's Sunday night. I forget the actual date, but I'll be there.
Maybe I'll meet you at that one.
Huh?
I'll meet you at that one.
All right, they threatened me, warned me, whatever you call it, to wear my Lions gear. I might not make it out of the stadium.
There's a good chance that you will be beaten.
Yeah.
Not senseless, I hope, but you will be abused.
Yeah.
I remember going to Cleveland at the dog pound.
Entrance.
I sat in the dog pound at the old Cleveland Stadium. Jets were playing them, and I had Jets gear on.
Oh, man.
But I knew I was going to get crushed. I'm with my brother-in-law, and he's like, man, you're really taking a chance. And you know those little orange stickers they used to give you at Kroger or ShopRite back in the day? When you buy a gallon of milk, they'd stick the orange sticker on it, so you know you paid for it.
Yep.
I had 1,000 of them all over me. They would have kept sticking orange stickers. They were really cool, though. I'm a football fan, so when it comes to, and the Jets got crushed, so I had nothing to.
So you just getting beat up the whole game.
Yeah, I didn't get beat up, but I'll take the verbal abuse and all of that kind of stuff. But
No,
I'm a lover, not a fighter.
My best story was during my residency. I was in Chicago, and we went to a Red Wings Blackhawks game, and Blackhawks were up like 4-1, and we're coming back. So this is the third period. I'm up in the boonies. I got no money. I'm a resident, and we score 4-2. I'm like, yay. We go, and then like 2 minutes later, we go 4-3, and I stood up and said, yay. Those guys turned around. The three guys from me. That'll be enough out of you. and we ended up tying up the game. I think we lost the game overall, but that little automatic excitement.
Of course.
They sat me down real quick. Hey. So wasn't looking for the confrontation.
My worst at a game?
Yeah.
It didn't happen to me, but my dad and his crew went out to Chicago for 1988 semifinals against the Bulls.
Boy.
And they took a beer cup to the bathroom with them and filled it up with something else and poured it on my dad's group.
Oh. What?
Shout out Chicago.
That
wow.
Nice. I don't want to hear that.
Yeah, we didn't go. They didn't go back.
Yeah, I don't want to hear that.
You-
was that
you
the
asked.
old Chicago Stadium?
You asked.
Or was that at United Center?
88.
It was 88, the old one, I would imagine.
It's the old one.
Yeah, that's the old.
Nice.
I mean, the only thing that I could say was Game 7 in San Antonio. Everyone was really nice about
I
rubbing
was
it in
there.
your face. What's that?
I was at that game.
I bet.
Yeah, it was brutal. We
guess
were
the
up by
George
like
Gervin?
9 or
Yes.
7 with 9 minutes left, or 9 with 7 minutes left. How we threw that one away. Oh, I know the refs. the fouls, every single one of our big men had 5 fouls, and I think that Tim had 2. So
Yeah.
So,
we
Doc,
did-
what's been happening at Michigan Sports and Spine? What should people doing here? We're in the midsummer now. We're in the hot time of the year. It's everyone's outside enjoying themselves. I really love the 4th of July break. I didn't go anywhere, but we were here, and the place was like empty. And it's great. But they're out there on Lake St. Clair. My daughter's boyfriend has got a jet ski, and he likes to get up to 60 miles an hour. I mean,
Oh, my
I said, not with my daughter on there, Jake. Not with my daughter
You
on
know
there.
they've
but-
done it, right? You
Yeah,
know they've-
I'm telling you, man. But there's a lot of injuries out there waiting for you.
Just for the record, when you're going over 50 miles an hour on anything on the water,
Right.
when you fly out, it's like landing on concrete.
That's correct.
Is it really?
Yeah.
That's correct.
So if you fly off something going 50 miles an hour and hit the water, it's like hitting concrete.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So keep it at 49.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
Hey, Doc, is that why when you dive in, like, because I used to dive from the high dives, we used to have to give, like, the fist. You know, you do the
Right,
fist
you
because
have
when
to,
you
like,
hit the
you're
water,
breaking
it
through
crushes the water to open it up.
Yeah. That's really the technique. They look at the spread of the high divers, but it's also the technique so it doesn't deflect you.
Right.
And there's less pain. There's techniques for reasons, and they're all from a physiological reasoning. But there's plenty of people who have been injured, whiplash, like wave runners. People don't realize that it's like a go-kart. You take your hand off it, you
It's gonna
keep
go
going,
without you.
but that stops. So, a lot of people slide off on the turn. So hopefully, I don't know. You should have better licensing of water equipment. I mean,
I agree.
heard another person passed away. I mean, it's unnecessary. It's unnecessary stupidity, but
I agree.
things that are going on at Michigan Sports and Spine.
Yeah.
We covered Dave Matthews Band last night.
Oh, sweet.
They had a few different types of injuries.
Did you get rained on at all, or did it?
It rained pretty good before, but the time of the show they delayed it a half hour.
Good.
And everything, it was smooth. It was a different crowd. He's got
his people.
Huh?
He's got his people.
He's got his people.
They
He's
go
got
to
his
see him
followers.
constantly.
did they play the new stuff or his old hits?
A lot of the new stuff started. So a lot of okay, when are you getting to your new stuff? And he played it down. He's a different character too, performing. So do you find the Hutchinson thing, or you want me to make up more?
You know
stuff?
what? It's weird that the link. I know, Tom, you sent the right link. It's weird when you load the video, it cuts off the running part. I don't know why. Yeah. I'll show you at the end of the show.
Well, he looks like he's at 100% to me. Now you watch the video,
yeah,
and I'm sure the people that are watching the show have probably seen it already.
If you watch the video,
like?
he tries to do an explosive, I think, of 30 yards, and what you're seeing is left side still isn't up to the size of his unaffected side, and his step is a little bit off. But where he is in the range, he's definitely at a functional level. I think there were some haters in there saying he's not 100%, he's still off. I don't know how he's going to hold up linemen, get around linemen and stuff like that. You know, those are just the people that want to be a little bit on the hating side. I mean, not to compliment, but I think we've been right on with everything. I think he's doing everything. His upper body looks great. His thighs look great. From the knee down, yeah, he does have a little bit of a size difference. Someone mentioned, is there possible nerve damage? I don't see the nerve damage issue. I see people trying to bring up the controversy that it's there, but his coordination of that leg is very good, and that would be more of an indication that there would be nerve damage if his coordination wasn't looking the same. He's a fraction slower on the left side on his push-off, but he's compensating too, and that's going to come too.
That's the busted leg, right? The left?
The left is the busted.
Now you're telling me it's a bone injury and there were no ligaments involved, which is amazing. They got the metal rod in there.
Stretched. You know, everything gets stretched.
Right.
They did it quickly. They recovered quickly. So the damage long term, and he's young enough. He should be bouncing back. So
Here, I cheated. I recorded this on my phone. I cheated.
Nice.
Do it again.
There we go. See how he's explosive? He's very strong on the right. But that could be the way he's always been. He's always been right-sided. So, you know, like I said, some of the haters with the comments, is there a difference? Yeah, if you stop him and measure, there's a measurable difference between the two. But if you measure what he was a month ago to today, I guarantee you there's a growth in that, in the muscle bone.
The only thing I'm worried about is a guy, chopping him. That's what's going to happen.
There's some players out there that are going to do it. They're going to challenge him. And he's going to be apprehensive, and he's going to look out for it. And his teammates are going to protect him, too.
He'll have to come up with maybe a different type of move.
Yeah, he's going to work on moves to protect that left side. He may stay more on the left side, so his left foot's on the outside.
Absolutely.
Versus the other way around. You know, and that's just smart play until he gets his reps, until he gets through that, I don't call it anxiety, just the mental part of it that I'm going to be okay.
That is anxiety.
Right.
It's anxiety more for the people watching.
Not for him?
You know, I always call it the Osgood thing, right? I forgot what happened yesterday. I'm focused in the moment.
Yeah.
And if he's focused in the moment, he's going to play. He's going to play in the moment.
So goalies forget that they gave up 7 goals is what you're saying, and come back the next night.
Goalies forget. Not all goalies.
Right, but the good ones do.
The good ones do. You have to.
Doc, assuming no setbacks for Aiden, give us a week where you think he's full steam, not only physically but mentally as well.
I'm predicting that 4 to 6 week period.
Okay.
4 to 6 weeks out. If everything's smooth, like you said, no setbacks, I think week 4 you're going to see it, where he's just like, it's a different level. What's his name? The one that came back with the forearm, the lineman.
Oh, Meek Robertson. No?
No.
Anzalone.
Anzalone.
Yeah.
He was unbelievable. He had no mental stress at all. He came out like, I'm ready to play.
Yeah.
Like I was watching the Jordan film, the Last Dance or whatever it's called.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
Where Jordan came back from the injury going into the playoffs, up against Boston. He went for 49 and 63. So, he came back. There's guys that are like that. They're just like, I can't wait to get out here. Hutchinson, I would put, if I had to pick what category he's in that category.
Listen.
Like, release me. I'm ready to go.
I love it.
And I'm not going to have any mental scarring. But he had a major issue. So, cheap shots, things like that. The guys on the other side love him, but they don't want to see him playing either.
Sure. Doc, we are up against the end of the show here, so I'm going to have Pete run the wheel while you answer Dante 151's question. He wants to know about Tristan Wilf's surgery that he had done on his knee.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers offensive lineman. I don't know.
That's all I had. I thought you guys. I wasn't sure who it was.
I think it's I think it was an ACL.
Yeah, I can't comment. We can research it.
Yeah.
And get back to him. But if it's an ACL, then it's straight up ACL. We're looking at 4 to 6 months of recovery. The other one I want to talk about was what's his face, Indiana Pacers.
Yeah, Halliburton.
Yeah, I mean they just boom.
Yeah, they benched him for the year.
Yeah, so they're looking at long-term career. If we needed him, you're looking at Cousins, you're looking at Aaron Rodgers coming back in less than a year. But it's just, I think the sensitivity that has a poor healing structure because of poor blood flow. So it takes a little bit longer. You want to be sure of that one. So to take him out a full year, I don't think they're wrong. I don't think it's not an aggressive approach, but I think we're going to see, we'll be talking 2 to 3 years from now, it's not going to be a one-year injury anymore. It's the sports science and everything else is going to start attacking Achilles and quicker recoveries like we saw with ACLs that used to put you out for
Michigan Sports and Spine will come up with something.
Yeah.
They will.
They got the secret sauce.
Spin that wheel, Pete.
You got it, buddy.
I'm curious about Jason Tatum. Same injury 2 weeks beforehand. Think we'll see him this year?
I think he could be on the same foot.
He's in the pool right now running. He's running in the water.
Here we go, guys.
Celtics window is closing.
Who's our winner?
Oh,
Michael Weary, it looks like. Might be Mike Reed. Close, and it's Weary.
This is tense.
Congrats, Michael Weary. If you want that to go somewhere else, let us know in the chat. But otherwise, you guys really brought it today. Appreciate you guys. Tomorrow, I have an amazing prize package.
Hey, Doc, thanks for running in here. Sorry we couldn't spend more time with you, but take care of your voice.
I know. I'll be better next week. I'll be here next week.
Excellent. MichiganSportsandSpine.com. Dr. Jeff Pierce, tell him that Maz sent you in there. And ask for Faith. Ask for Kara if you're getting any work done physical therapy-wise. They're the best. For Anson, for Ricky, for Dr. Pierce, for Pete, and everyone else that joined us, Justin and Easy, I'm Maz. We'll see you tomorrow. Don't forget, the heavyweights are coming up next right here on Woodward Sports.